be really like intelligently written or something like that.
And Steven Universe is more progressive, while Gravity Falls is more. It leans into that. This might be Amy. More, how to say, occult territory.
Weird,
if you look into it.
Shit.
Wasn't Gravity Falls a PlayStation game?
It sounds like one.
That's Gravity Rush.
Gravity Rush.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's Gravity Rush. That was brilliant.
Rush.
That was a good game.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I have heard good things. I've
Still
always
need
wanted
to
to try
replay
it.
that.
Y'all ever seen Infinity Train? Infinity Train?
No, I heard it wasn't. I heard it was getting a new season.
Is that a series as well?
Yeah, it was on Cartoon Network, but it got taken off of Cartoon Network because it was too dark.
Damn.
Yeah.
Same
yeah.
channel that fucking aired
Maybe we
Looney
just go to
Tunes where a
fucking-
character died per episode.
Why didn't they just take it to Adult Swim if it was that bad?
I think it was too cartoony. I don't even know. Not really, because by season 3 it got serious, so it got like with more I guess teenage characters, but it was dealing with some heavy stuff, and they was like, it's too dark. Take that off and put it on HBO Max or something.
Oh, so it still exists. It's just not on Cartoon Network.
I think it got canceled indefinitely, but it's just on HBO Max at this point.
Yo, speaking of canceled though, we got a super chat from Rikuki too, saying Grand Blue Fantasy reeling PC hype. Grand Blue Fantasy is a game that wasn't canceled, even though we all thought it was. But
you know, I'm really glad that they decided to put that information out there, like what, today or yesterday, because like I was this close to making a video with Grand Blue Fantasy relink in it.
Where's Grand
It
Blue?
was,
Yeah,
I was yesterday bleeding into today because Grand Blue Fest was happening.
Yeah, I was just about to do it. I was like, well, I could take that game off the list. Let's take that one off.
Take that off the list of where the hell did this go?
Basically.
Did they give a list release there or just say more information later this year?
I think they just have more information later in the year. But what's crazy is that it's a worldwide 2022 release date. You still don't have a date after all this time. After all this delays, you still don't have a date. Like, come on.
Apparently
now.
that was due to them switching like developers because initially Platinum was working with them, but now they're not.
But still, though, like, come on.
My issue with that is like Cygames, with how they handle Grand Blue Versus, I don't trust them actually making good video games outside of mobile games.
Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I thought that was Arc System Works.
No, Cygames actually put like the dev team on a tight leash. Like, we could talk about it later on. We have intros to do.
One
Right on
second.
While Shadow does that, we got a super chat from Ace Breaker saying it's time for Blake to coat, Bow to slander, Shadow to cap, and Q to not play Rise of 2. Welcome, everybody.
Oh, man.
What do you mean time for Blake to coat? Against what?
Lord, have mercy.
You're proving him right by reacting that way.
Yeah, I got to hear Ace like talk for the first time the other day, bro. No, that man is hella black, bro. Like it is crazy. That man
was there for it.
is. Yeah, it was. We were all like, Ace Breaker 7. This is you. He's like, I got that a lot. But this man had like a Martin Freeman way anyway. But another super chat from Sebastian saying, by the way, Bao, how is Persona 5 Strikers?
Your game of the year.
No, I could tell you about Persona 5 Strikers, or I could tell you another SMT game I'm playing right now. Shin Megami Tensei 1. It's great.
Oof.
Yeah.
So
On the NES? Nintendo Entertainment System?
Wait, technically,
Why'd you say oof?
Wait,
Super
that's not
Nintendo.
a Shin Megami Tensei game, technically, is it?
Lord?
I mean, Persona isn't technically a Shin Megami Tensei game.
What?
It's part of the SMT
Exactly.
umbrella.
It's not.
It's Persona. It's
transcended the SMT.
It's part of the
Wow.
umbrella, I guess.
Dragon Ball fans sounding
Transcend.
Well, Dragon Ball fans, it's transcended anime. No, it's still anime.
It's gone. It's gone even further beyond.
Exactly. I mean, you know what? Sticking with the Dragon Ball reference, right? You know, you have the Z Fighters, and then you have Goku and Vegeta on that Super Saiyan God level. You know, blue, whatever it is at this point in time. That's what Persona is. Persona is Super Saiyan level blue, and the rest of them, look, they're mortal level. I mean, come on, SMT can chill.
Damn, you hate to see it.
Dude, when's the last time you played a Persona game? I'm curious.
Oh man.
The last
his
time
wife's playing Persona 5 right now on Wednesdays.
She is playing Persona 5 on Wednesdays, and she's killing it. Like, she is.
Alright, but
totally
is that LP Guardian, aka Q the not game player,
the
playing Persona
husbando
5?
of dreams, good
Like
sir.
I
How
said,
dare you
not-
slander my name? You know.
Sorry. Sorry, no dreams. No wife, no husband of dreams looks like you.
Oh my
Just
god.
saying.
We got a.
Are you saying he's the husbando of nightmares?
Absolutely.
Oh no,
Man, oh man.
we got another super chat here from that boy, the Tripmon, saying, "What are you guys talking about?"
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
thank
Shadow will get into our topics at his earliest convenience.
Yeah, I think we were just shooting the shit. For the most part.
You know what?
We really got like a good amount of stuff to talk about tonight if we're talking about Game of the Year stuff.
Yeah, we
Oh,
do.
yeah.
All right. So
Alexa, stop.
Yo, stop abusing Alexa, please. She's nice. Stop abusing that woman. All right.
Oh, bro,
Jeez.
Rico Dunn, you should hear the things he says to Alexa in these Discord calls.
Hey, we're not here to
It's
talk
great.
about that.
What's going on, man? Some domestic abuse? What's going on here, man?
What's happening?
Domestic violence.
Oh my god. All right. Okay. What up, everybody? What up, chat? How's everybody doing? Ace Breaker, Joshua, Ace Draycon, Kaniku Dash, Ryusei, Black Ace. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Fitness Man, Ludusk. How y'all doing? We about to get this party started. Welcome to the HBMP JRPG podcast, episode 72. We appreciate you guys for being here live with us this evening. If you aren't here live, hit the like button, show us some love. We need to get on that YouTube recommendation page so some more people can see the podcast. That'd be great. All right, guys. You guys know where to find us at this point on this channel. We're also on Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and whatever else have you. We are on there, and you can listen at your convenience whenever you want to. So we're about to get this party started. Let's start off with our intros. Kick it off for us, Q.
You know what? I just want to start with all the insults you people keep starting with. You know what? I do play games, just so you know, as the husbando of dreams, and games for the quality of waifus. And hello and welcome to the podcast. Your husbando of dreams is here. You may continue, the rest of you.
Oh man, he said you may continue. You gave us permission to do our
Exactly.
rest of our intros. Oh man, don't disrespect this man. Go ahead, Riku.
Riku's on one, the only one here, and we are at our final episode of the HPMP podcast for this year. I would assume it is. And we're here to talk about some good stuff, maybe get into our possible games of the years. I hope everybody has a good rest of the day.
Okay. Bao?
Welcome, everyone. It is I, Bowser Carriger, the real husbando of dreams. Thank you for coming out to the HPMP podcast. It's been a great year for gaming. No droughts here in the JRPG world, or really the gaming world in general, unless you don't play games. But thank you for coming out on this Sunday night with us. We hope you enjoy your stay.
All right. Sosuke?
What up, everybody? It is your boy, Artisu Sosuke, the Wandering Gamer. He who will fold all in Persona 4 Arena Ultimax on this podcast. Trust me, it's gonna happen. Especially you, Q. You getting that work.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Don't think you can run from it. And we're gonna have to talk about that Ultimax when we get there, baby. Can't wait for that.
Interesting.
You know what? It's official here on the cast. Sosuke has confirmed he's buying me my copy. Free games.
Q, I have Parsec. I'm gonna buy you shit.
Oh my goodness. This man
I'm gonna buy
Sosuke
you this ass whooping.
trying to hand out the smoke. I might have to play you in a few games. I might have to. We'll see how that goes. And Blake, go ahead, man.
Absolutely. Before my intro, though, we do have another super chat from Sebastian saying SMT5 should be Persona 5 2 because it takes 2 to win. It takes
Wow.
It takes 2.
It takes 2. Oh
He said
man.
Bro, that's crazy.
It took me a second to understand that. I was like, what is he talking about? But I got it. Okay.
But it is that time. What's going on, guys? It is your boy, the Sonic Hype Man himself, West Town HD in the flesh. Got a lot of great things to talk about tonight. We might even talk about Sonic Frontiers and how no one on this podcast is probably interested except me. But you know what? Is par for the course with being a Sonic fan these days. And guys, we got some interesting things to talk about. It's going to be the last podcast of the year. So make sure you hammer that like button like Ace hammers his meat. Just go for it. Just full tilt. Beat that thing like it owes you money, bro. And Let's get into it.
All right. Let's start the first topic here. Let's just talk about it. Let's talk about Persona 4 Arena Ultimax finally coming to, I guess you could say, modern platforms. It's coming to everything but Xbox, right?
It was confirmed to have backwards compatibility from the 360 version to Xbox Series X earlier on. So,
is it like already available? So like right now, I can load up my Xbox and just it's there.
Yeah, I don't think it's on. I don't think it's on Game Pass, but you can buy it.
Hold up, I heard that they're removing that.
Oh, if they're removing it, then they
they were removing that, yeah.
If they're removing it, then they might sell it on Xbox as well. Like, they might announce that.
They might, but as far as we know, they aren't. Because I've seen a lot of Xbox guys kind of pissed about that.
So people who purchased it, they got to keep their copy, but anyone else, screw you guys. Is it?
Basically.
Yeah. So, let me ask the question. Was this a Persona announcement that we were all waiting for this 25th anniversary? I think that's what it is. I'm not sure.
I think we were all waiting for this. No one actually wants Persona 5R on PC or Switch. You know, this is not a real thing. This is a fringe side of the community who actually want this. The real community actually wants a fighting game, and next after that, the dancing games. That's what we want. That's truly what we want, and maybe another Persona spin-off that's made.
High key. I'm just tired of seeing Persona 5 now, and I'm quite done with it. Like, honestly, going back to 4 or even doing like that 3 rumor that we'll talk about later. Probably, like, literally, I will take anything that's not 5, unless they're going to do 5 Ultimax. But I think with 4 being ported, they might not do 5.
I think they probably want to use like how well 4
does to gauge it,
because it's the update for Ultimax that was released only in arcade, the 2.5 version. So it has a bunch of balance patches and changes to the game. It's the definitive way to play it. If you want to play it right now, load up RPCSS3. And get the ROM and try out the game for yourself. It runs perfectly.
You telling people to sell the high seas?
I wasn't going to comment on that.
Man?
Sell the high seas till that update comes out, because your PS3 version ain't getting it. I can tell you that much.
Jesus. Speaking of PS3, like when this was announced, I was like, I gotta throw away my PS3. Well, what's the point of keeping this thing anymore? People were like, oh, keep your old console, Shadow. You gotta keep. What if this? No, everything is coming to modern platforms. Okay.
I mean, they still got Drakengard.
That's hilarious.
That's gonna come. That's gonna come eventually.
I really hope it does. Honestly,
that's gonna come. I mean, like, yeah, that's like the other game that I got. I'm waiting for Exalion 1 and 2, and some other games. Grace's F and some other games, but as far as I'm concerned, I've never touched my PS3. My PS3 is sitting in the closet, in the corner, on a top shelf, and I've never touched it, except for maybe I think I was getting a video and I needed cross-edge gameplay, and I didn't feel like, going through some means to play it on my PC. But other than that, PS3 is done, and the PS4 is about to follow suit. I swear, it's about to.
Damn.
I mean, the fact that PS5 is backwards compatible, it definitely should be on its way out quicker than the PlayStation 3, which PS4 couldn't do that.
Absolutely, and I was worried about my save files. I was like, if I buy the game again, I'm gonna have to play the game over again. So I don't think I care about my save files anymore. It doesn't matter. Like, get these old consoles the fuck up out of here. Unless you're a collector, then fine. But like, I'm not doing anything with these. I need to get rid of them while they're still like worth something at this point.
You know what? I don't think that would much, to be honest. I think I've seen PS3s and PS4s. Like I sold my PS4 for what, $199, and that was a PS4 Pro. Or was it $190? $190. Yeah, that was the price I got for it. And you know what? The lady tried to beat me down. She wanted to pay $170. And I tossed in like 10 games just to get the $190. That's basically how I got the $190 for that PS4. It was a heavy battle. So yeah.
So what other Persona re-releases that we think we're gonna get before we get anything that people really want? Like, are we really gonna see the dancing games come to PC?
Yeah,
I feel like we'll get those first.
Most likely. Plus, something that comes into factor with that is that there was a rumor about P3P being re-released, like remastered.
Yeah.
That's rumor has been around for years, though. Like, this is.
And I'm thinking, like, I see it again, but given like that Atlas is starting to unshackle games from being trapped on older hardware, it seems like that more and more is going to become the case.
That's one of those things where if it happens, cool, but I'm not gonna like go crazy because
Same. Like I'm not gonna lunge at that.
is expected, kind of.
Yeah, like it's not like a lot of Persona fans treat it like there's no way it could ever happen when it most definitely will happen at one point. Y'all are just excited to play the same fucking game you've been emulating for like the past 5 years.
That's another good point. I kind of don't care for the fact I can already play P3P in multiple ways.
I just like the only reason I'd be interested in this is I don't want like just a port. I want Persona 3 definitive, like because portable, as much as portable kind of is like the definitive version already, they still cut things from the PS2 that they couldn't do on the PSP, like the open environments. They removed the answer, which I think was intentional.
Yes, it was due to the fact that they'd have to rewrite the entirety of the answer to compensate for the female MC.
Right.
They could have just simply just not let you play the female MC in the answer.
Then that would
defeat
defeat the purpose
point
of introducing.
of
It
having
defeats the
her.
purpose of introducing her in the first place.
Oh yeah, it's true. They would have to do a whole thing for the female protagonist for the answer. Damn, that'd be too much. They can't be doing all that. I feel like FES is forever gonna be like people will never get to play it on modern platforms.
I think the
Probably.
thing is that if the only way that's gonna happen is if they do like a real proper remaster, like honestly just say, you know what, we're gonna build a whole new game, kind of like what they did with Final Fantasy, like just a remake, to be honest.
That would be a remake. Yeah,
Yeah, a remake, like what they did
They
with
ain't doing
Final
that.
Fantasy VII. I mean, you know what, if
it would
they
be
did,
move them. Just go ahead
would
and use
be
that
good.
Persona 5 engine and fucking make a Persona 3 remake. And
Yeah.
just give everybody what they want in regards to Persona 3 remake. And go ahead and allow people to control all of the characters and redesign all of the dungeons and throw it out there. Maybe rearrange the music if you want.
I'd say when it comes to the music of Persona 3, it's really good, but damn does every song out of Tartarus suck. Like if it's not a battle theme or the boss fight theme, the music in Tartarus is ass.
And that's where you're spending like kind of almost like
Just like Mementos.
half your time.
I'm not gonna lie,
I hate that song.
I prefer the dank subway music of Mementos to the almost narcolepsia-inducing fuckery that is what plays in Tartarus. The only time Tartarus had good music was in the Monad Depths, which is an area you can only unlock by beating all the side quests in the game, beating the game, and then going to fight Elizabeth. Other
Yeah,
than
I
that,
never
the rest-
had this issue because I played FES where they give you music options for Tartarus.
All right,
But
I can't remember.
yeah, there's like 6 or 7 different songs you can choose from. One is a remix of Maya's theme from P2.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Yep.
See, when I played FES, I didn't know that existed.
So who's getting this Persona 4 arena? I think Sosuke, you said you were getting it.
Yeah, so he's gotten 2 copies, one for him and one for me.
Like I
so-
said,
man.
you can. I'll parsec it. I'll stream you getting folded, and then everybody else in the chat can have matches with me.
Man.
I want my own copy, so Sosuke's gonna get that copy for me. I want the 4K
Listen,
edition.
Princess Coffin. You can have your own copy when you buy it for yourself.
And you know what? PC games are gonna be 70 quid now. So the price is gonna go up.
Square
so,
Enix PC games. You can play this game with me all day.
Oh
I
my goodness. So
I feel though, I do find it interesting that they're actually selling it on PCs like you can get Golden and Ultimax together, and you get like a discount on it. Because I was actually gonna be picking up Golden over the Steam Winter Sale, so in theory that'll make that price even go down even lower, hopefully. So I'll probably just end up getting that.
Oh, you don't have Golden yet on PC?
No, I haven't picked it up yet, even though it's only $20. I just haven't gotten around to it yet.
You know what? I ended up getting a copy on the PC, but I didn't purchase it. It was someone from my Discord server who bought it for me. Shout out to my boy for getting that copy. It was nice. I haven't played it yet. I've already.
So he doesn't play games. He doesn't buy games. Q, bro, what's happening?
No. See, so my boy Buggy got me a copy of it, right? Because everyone in the server was talking about it, and I was like, you know what? I think I'll pick it up, but I don't think I'm gonna do it this month. And then Buggy just out of nowhere got me a copy, right? And I got the copy, but I've already beaten Persona 4 Golden on the Vita, where it's quality to play it,
Let's go.
Jesus.
I love playing games at lower resolutions.
So
Is that why you have a Switch?
Exactly.
He's
So-
right.
So it seems that people really people are okay with this announcement. It comes to be like disappointment with Atlas and announcing shit, but it seems that people really want Persona 5 Royal on PC or on Switch.
Yeah.
Why do you guys feel Atlas is so against this?
I don't think they're against it. I think they're just stalling. I think they're stalling
Is-
because they know it's something that people want, and they think if they let them wait long enough, they'll be so desperate, so hungry.
So
they'll
they
just
can
buy
charge
it.
full price again.
Yeah, that too.
Wasn't there
feel
also
like
a
the thing
rumor,
was-
like with a Sony deal, that like Sony has to have exclusivity of 5 and 5 Royal?
I don't think so.
I feel like when it comes to P5 Royal, I feel like it's one of those things like they're gonna run through literally everything, and right before we get Persona 6, like on the cusp of the announcement, we'll get like that teaser image like we did for 5, and then right before we get a proper trailer for 6, they'll be like, if you want to experience a story that comes before Persona 6, check this out, and then they release 5 Royal on everything else just to hype people up, build up the sales, build up interest. And then they release 6 exclusive to whatever platform they decide.
That sounds like a plan. I definitely would say if they're in like financial trouble, that's like their get out of jail free card right there. They could be saving.
I would laugh so hard if Persona 6's pre-order bonus was a digital voucher of Persona 5 on PS4.
Oh my god!
Not even
Not
any other
even-
console.
Not
If
even
you-
just
if you-
Royal,
if-
just Vanilla 5.
Just Vanilla 5,
Could-
like
could-
on PS Now, they got Vanilla 5, and they got on PlayStation Plus subscription, they got Vanilla 5 because they for some reason they keep feeling the need. That game should honestly have just been. That's a game that should have been delisted, bro. Like get that game out of here.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking like, what if they do some bullshit like, okay, your Persona 5 is coming to the Switch, but it's the vanilla version. I would be so pissed. Like,
You know what? I would
Mine is
take the
actually
vanilla
like-
version. I would take the vanilla version and Switch. Like honestly, I mean, obviously, I would prefer to have Royal, but for it to be just at least we get to at least have it on the Switch, where I can play it on the loo, sitting nice and comfortably.
oh man,
I'd be good.
But you can do that using what is it? Using remote play on your phone.
Remote play sucks, man. Like every now
Like
and
your
then.
internet sucks to me.
Nah, remote play sucks. Every time I have really good internet. What are you talking about? I've got what my internet just recently got
You could
updated.
just wait
It's
for
like
your Steam Deck
50
and
down.
emulate the PlayStation 3 version.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, that's true. There's also that. So
Okay.
maybe that's what I'll do. I'll Steam Deck it.
all right. Any last thoughts about Persona 4 Arena Ultimax coming to current platforms?
If
Game of the
y'all want this game to do well, let Atlas know that you will buy it if it has rollback netcode. I am not going back to high school with that garbage ass delay based.
I thought it was
Not again.
confirmed rollback.
No, they did not. They did not confirm rollback. They just said that they're releasing the game on modern platforms, and that's it.
What game was confirmed rollback? I thought it was this. Oh no, it was the
it was
Blaze
Visual
Blue.
Fiction
Yeah,
and
cross
BB
tag.
Tag.
I was thinking about getting that too, and now it was like all the characters and whatnot. I think only cost like $10, but I didn't pull the trigger on it just yet.
I'm pretty sure like the game will go on another huge, like the complete version of the game will go on another huge sale before like the BB Tag rollback beta happens, so you'll be
Yeah.
able to grab it and actually play it online and not feel like you're walking through mud.
So you gonna go back to that, Sosuke?
Yes, I will.
All right. Yeah, because it's still $5 right now. Then all the DLC is like I think also $5. That's ridiculous, but we'll see. All right, so that's it for Persona 4 Ultimax. The only good announcement at the Game Awards. Segue, I guess.
Huh?
The only good announcement at the Game Awards was Persona 4.
That's cap.
Oh man.
Like you can't really say Frontier was a good announcement if we didn't see anything.
I wasn't talking about Frontier. I was talking about the Sonic movie too.
That
man.
was really good too.
You know what? Idris Elba
But-
in the film.
Idris
That's
Elba,
already
bro.
cool.
He said he wouldn't make the Knuckles voice sexy.
Alright, now let's address that real quick. What is wrong with y'all? That's an echidna.
Oh no, the voice is sexy. Knuckles himself is not.
The niggas thirst over Rouge the Bat since 2001.
Tell him, Riku. Tell him.
Y'all
They
were
want those
born
bat
weird.
titties, baby. You gonna let them have that echidna dick if they want it.
Oh my god.
Fun fact: echidnas have 4 penises.
Lord?
How do you know this, Sasuke?
I
Like,
watched a lot of Animal Planet with my grandfather growing up. I wasn't allowed to change the channel.
I think he was a little excited to say that, but anyway.
I
But,
know, right?
It's to
Quick
ward
on it,
y'all
bro.
off from being weird.
Jesus. But Sosuke, not Sosuke. Blake. Let's
What's up?
Let's talk about Frontier real quick.
Yes, sir.
You saw like a teaser of it, another teaser, or
Another
was this
teaser.
was this a full blown trailer? You think? I don't know.
No gameplay. I'm just saying it's another teaser.
Okay, so how you feeling about the game now so far?
Really quick, got a super chat there from Sebastian saying Uriku Furry confirmed. Sebastian,
That's-
where have you been?
All right, that's already
Where
been.
have you
You spelled it.
Yeah,
Where-
this is fresh.
do you not?
This ain't fresh information.
This has been known for the
Yeah.
last at least like year or two, bro. Have you not seen his Twitter account, bro? Have you not seen his? He's writing a whole story full of Sonic OCs. You should go check it out.
Let's go.
It's
Oh
it's
my
not
God.
just that.
We're not gonna talk
Riku
about that.
himself is a furry. He's literally a furry creature. I know you.
How do you
He's
know that?
animated and everything.
What?
Okay, anyway. So back to Sonic Frontiers. So the trailer, basically, this trailer essentially, its purpose was to serve as just confirming every single leak that we've seen over the last like 6 months, because it's open world Sonic. From all the leaks have said, it's going to have like Ubisoft towers dotted all around the place. This is basically, think like Adventure 1, where you have like the big hub worlds, but the hub worlds are going to be like big now. Within these hub worlds, you're going to find different levels in and out of places, and from there, it's just gonna be like the zone levels, and from there you can like signpost or golden ring or whatever they're gonna use as a level indicator to go into that level, kind of like in Sonic Adventure 1.
So basically, what you're saying is that this is what Sonic Adventure 2 should have been.
No, Sonic Adventure 2 is Pinnacle.
No.
Yeah,
So-
No,
Okay.
I'm not doing that. Okay. When I turned on Sonic Adventure 2 for the first time, and I was like, "Where the fuck is my adventure field? What is this stupid little map with little icons?" And I go into the world. I was disappointed, baby boy. And this is what I wanted from Sonic Adventure 2. We're finally getting this. Just fucking call it Sonic Adventure 3, because that's what the fuck this is.
Funnily enough, dude.
All we need is Chow.
See, funny about that actually. The one of the directors that's directing the game, I can't remember what her name is. I want to say it's like Yoko Kawakatsu. I can't remember what it is. But she basically was the creator of Chows. Like she was one who designed the Chows in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2. So there's like a rumor / hint that there might be Chows in this game, but Chows haven't been part of any of the leaks, so we really don't know. And honestly, to keep an open world fresh, to keep you looking around that open world, I can't think of a better way than Chows. Like just discover Chow eggs, discover like different ways to power up your Chows throughout exploring things,
You mean
fighting
like Sonic
enemies in
Adventure
different
1?
areas. Yeah, basically.
I feel like everything you're saying, Blake, makes sense, and it should be what it is. What it is.
But then you realize it's Sonic, and Sega doesn't give a shit.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, that all makes sense. But this is Sonic. This is Sega. You know they ain't gonna be doing shit, which is crazy. Because okay, at the very minimum for this game, it shouldn't come out broken. It shouldn't come out a technical mess. It shouldn't come out anywhere near Sonic 06 levels or anything like that. You know the release date is holiday 2022. If it does come out in a technical broken mess, I'm blaming the developers. You know how sometimes people are like, "Oh, don't blame the developers, the publishers. They're the issue. They want the game out." No. You need, if you're gonna hire people, at the very least, they need to be competent and they need to learn how to abide by a schedule. Okay, so this game, they know what time when it's coming out. They know Sonic games love to come out during the holiday season. There's no reason why this game should be a technical mess. No reason at all.
No, I absolutely, I agree with Shadow. Really quick, we got some super chats from Night Fury saying, "I still want a game based on Team Dark in the future." That'd be dope. It's like Shadow the Hedgehog, but Shadow the Hedgehog 2, but you get to play like Rouge and that kind of stuff. That'd be dope. Ace
So
saying
Shadow
the
Adventure,
Sonic-
basically.
Shadow Adventure, make it happen. The Sonic coping cycle has started. Ace, don't you have to go beat your meat? Anyway,
What?
So
Sonic
but yeah,
coping
no,
style. Side quest start.
I agree entirely with Shadow. If this game does launch as a buggy mess, like Colors Ultimate, I'm not gonna say gets a pass. I understand why it was the way it was, because that team had no idea what they were doing developing for a Switch. It was the first Switch game. However, I don't know. That doesn't excuse the PlayStation and Xbox version. So I really don't know what that team was doing. Probably just a matter of Sega rushing them. However, we know Sonic Frontiers has been in development at least probably since around 2018, 2019. Because I think Sonic Team was very loosely part of the development of Team Sonic Racing, but that's a racing game. You guys know that's not going to take up a whole lot of development time from the main team when they can be making other things. So, honestly, this game looks gorgeous, and I've been seeing people say that they should just go ahead and just make it a cloud version on the Switch, because ain't no Switch running this. So.
Well, I mean, we still haven't seen gameplay just yet, so we don't know what it'll be. But like, people are like saying that it's definitely going to be like a Breath of the Wild type of
well, no, it's
structure.
They definitely took inspiration from Breath of the Wild, and a lot of open worlds are, and a lot of people for some reason seem to have an issue with people saying, "Oh, it didn't take inspiration from Breath of the Wild." And the developers are like, "No, we did. We took inspiration from Breath of the Wild. What's wrong with that?" Like a lot of open worlds are doing that now. There's nothing wrong with that.
Sonic of the Wild.
Basically.
So let me ask a question for everybody. Basically, so what we know so far with this game, which is I guess not really all that much, but we know it's been in development for maybe a year or two at this point, and from I guess their last release was Sonic Colors. Would you guys bet that this game comes out and is actually good, or would you bet that it comes out and it's just bad?
I don't think anyone has hope for this game to be good.
I just expect I expect okay. And I hate saying that because I'm still someone who wants to go back to that time when I was much younger. I could genuinely say, yo, next Sonic game's gonna be fire. But now I'm thinking about it like, I'm a Sonic fan, but I want to see better.
At this point, I'm a Sonic observer. I've been an observer since 2006.
I want Sonic to do what Mega Man did. Release one bomb-ass game, and then I don't fucking care if you re-release collections after that. You at least release one really good fucking game that had people talking about him still and show that people still care. Do that at the bare minimum.
Okay,
I'm with Bao. I'm gonna live at this point. I'm just looking on. If it comes out good and it's good, then I'm happy. If not, then I don't care.
Okay.
And what scares me even more is that Sonic Origins is more or less confirmed to be in development hell, because they have not. That's the collection of the 2D games.
Oh, jeez.
It's the 9th collection of 2D games this lifetime. Can I get my 3D games?
So, and the thing is with that too is Sega, what is happening? Why is all of a sudden? Well, I shouldn't say all of a sudden. The 2D games are pretty difficult to mess up. I mean, say what you will again about Sonic the Hedgehog 4, but the 2D games are pretty difficult to mess up. So for us to not hear, for them to talk about Frontiers before they talked about Origins, because originally they said that we would get more information about Origins this year before Frontiers, and that was just straight up lie. So I honestly don't think Sonic Origins is coming out anytime soon. That I will be shocked, I will be surprised, but apparently, from what the rumors have been saying, it is not going good inside Sega for Sonic Origins right now. And I have no idea why.
Alright, okay. Alright, so that's Sonic Frontiers. Hopefully we get some gameplay soon. I would talk about the Sonic movie, but let's save that for maybe a little bit later. Maybe after we're done with all the topics, we'll talk about the movie.
Yeah.
So let's move to our do you guys want to talk about the Game Awards, or do we want to talk about our personal games of the year so far?
We should probably talk about the Game Awards first, and then we can be like, okay, so our tastes are better.
Okay. All right, so the Game Awards came. There was a lot of controversy about with Jeff Keighley and what he was doing. Does anybody know anything about that? What was happening with that?
That was due to the Blizzard and Activision situation. Initially, he said he wouldn't address it, and then in an AMA on Reddit, he explained that he can't properly address that due to the fact that how the Game Awards is. But he still managed to bring up abuse within workplaces in general at the very beginning, raising at least getting people to think, maybe we should try to talk about this more instead of just ignoring it. Because him at first saying, "Oh, we're not going to say anything," felt very, "Oh, you're going to remain silent and let it rock," and a lot of people weren't trying to hear that.
Okay. So real quick, I'm gonna put for this portion, I'm gonna put Shin Megami Tensei 5 gameplay up. There might be a spoiler in there. So if you guys don't want to see
at least he's talking about it.
If you guys don't want to see it, you might. I tried to avoid going this route, but the battle was getting desperate, so I needed a certain demon. I had to change it up. So
I personally don't care for spoilers for SMT5.
Yeah.
For anyone in the chat, just basically treat it like an audio podcast, and I'm sure Shadow will let you know when the footage has changed.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, nothing worth noting can be spoiled anyways.
Oh, man.
He's so right.
This man Shadow with this hacked game. What is this?
What are you talking about, sir? Sir, what are you talking about?
What am I looking at?
Sir,
look like that, Shadow.
What am I looking at?
Sir, I don't know what you're talking about.
Look like Orihime. Wait,
bro,
this man's
listen,
simulating the game.
Listen, listen. That's how my copy came, And
Is it?
That's
Every copy is
Bro,
perfect. Nice copy.
That's how my copy came. I don't know what's up with you guys. What you guys are seeing
Man,
on
oh man,
screen.
she got the booty all up on the screen.
Listen, man.
Oh.
Yes,
that-
sir.
Whoa.
that's exactly
Whoa.
60 frames
Ayo,
per
ayo.
second. 60 frames per second. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know any copy of SMT5 that runs
Hey, yo,
like
bro,
that.
Listen,
man.
suddenly I'm interested in replaying this game.
Is that the big booty Edun mod?
Listen, man.
Really?
Listen.
Shut up.
Listen, what you mean? This is how the game came.
Wait a minute.
This is how the game came for me, man. You know.
Yeah, and how did you come for the game?
Oh Lord! Why is Nahobino all white?
Listen, I don't
What
know.
is this footage, my guy?
Listen, I don't know what y'all talking about. She looks normal. Anyway, we gotta talk about the
Look at
Game
this.
Awards.
Shadow, you
man
fixed
here.
the game. Oh,
Listen,
the quality. You know what? I
Yes.
wasn't planning to pick this game up, but now I need to know what
Oh,
you're
look at this
playing on.
faker.
listen. I don't know what's going on. But yeah,
You know what to do, Blake.
Shadow, how do I get this copy? You know?
Sebastian with super chat summarizing everything, just saying, bruh.
bruh. I don't know what y'all talking about, man. Y'all just don't have special copies like I do. But yeah, Game Awards. So we can go through the list of each one, not of everything, because like honestly, I don't think we care about it. Mostly everything. We can go to let's see some games. We know
We got another bruh from Ace Breaker. Ace Breaker, bro. Oh, no. Can we get a bruh in the chat?
Yeah, everybody, drop a quick bruh in the chat for this man.
listen. Like I said, it's special. All right, so best action adventure game went to Metroid Dread. I think that's well deserved.
As
I
it
guess
should.
you could
Absolutely.
say. You think it deserves it more than Resident Evil?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Best action game went to Returnal.
Yeah.
I never played Returnal, so I don't know.
Highly recommend.
Isn't that a PS4 like PS5 exclusive? Sorry.
I believe it was.
It is, but it's been leaked for PC to high hell and back.
Damn.
Okay.
So best fighting game went to Guilty Gear Strive, and I just want to point out that that Demon Slayer got robbed on this one.
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer got robbed.
Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba?
Let me talk
The
to
hero
you about
Harvey
Guilty-
Chronicle?
Let me talk to you about Guilty Gear Strive real quick. Does Strive does Demon Slayer have Giovanna, Kai Kisuke, Leo Whitefang, or Ramlethal? Four of some of the most attractive video game characters in recent memory? If not, what was there to rob?
Listen, man.
Shadow hyping up Cyber Mid too. Hold on.
you know what? I don't usually agree with Sasuke on anything, but I agree with him on this. You know, the quality of the waifus in Guilty Gear Strive is way better. And as you know, you don't rate games on their gameplay or anything else.
Oh wow.
Other than the quality of the waifus.
I lost
You know?
it already.
So yeah, we know Demon Slayer got robbed. It's like the greatest anime of all time. We know this.
Yeah, just like Jump Force got robbed the year before as well. Yep.
Oh,
Jump Force. That game got discontinued. Best
What?
best family game went to It Takes Two. And fun fact, we had like 4 other Nintendo games in this
Oh,
category.
Nintendo lost at their own category.
At their own damn category. You hate to see
damn.
it.
And that's listen, bro. If that does not speak to how rigged, I mean, well, I didn't say that. To how much Jeff Keighley likes the creator, Mr. Fuck the Oscars. I don't know, but
Jesus Christ. But yeah, It Takes Two. Best multiplayer game also went to It Takes Two, not Monster Hunter Rise. I'm just saying, maybe you guys have a problem with that.
I know, right? You see? Made me get a copy for nothing.
Damn.
real quick, because no one seemed to say it yet. I'm gonna say it. Q, shut the fuck up.
The disrespect, Blake.
This
The
man out here
disrespect.
talking this hot mess.
This man is like that little guy on your shoulder going, yeah. You talk to him. You talk to him.
You
That's
tell him,
trash.
man. You tell him, definitely.
Jesus Christ.
We'll go for next best RPG. You had Cyberpunk 2077, Monster Hunter Rise, Scarlet Nexus, and Shin Megami Tensei 5, and Tales of Arise. Tales of Arise took that. So since we're, of course, this is a JRPG podcast, let's go a little bit deeper into that. Do we agree with Tales of Arise winning? Yes or no?
I understand
agree.
why it won, but I don't agree with it.
I can't fully justify that. I enjoyed Arise from an enemy gameplay and a story and character standpoint, but the boss fights are a major mood killer to me for that entire game.
I think for me and Arise winning JRPG of the year, RPG of the year generally. I think if you're looking at all the mainstream ones, the ones that most people play, then yes, it was definitely Arise. I think if you're looking at a bit more like a larger pool, then there are others that are better than Arise for this year.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Okay. Yeah. Me too. I don't think Arise kind of deserves it. Too many things that I didn't like when it came to its gameplay direction. Like Sosuke said, the bosses, they were a trek. They were a slog to get through. Items being priced a certain way at the shops kind of just like felt like, why did you do that? You didn't need to do it.
Oh my no, we know why they did it, but
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then, plus the SP that you get was kind of low, so it's like you had to do side quests. I didn't mind doing side quests because I like the game enough to do side quests.
When you do side quests, it still felt like you were starved of SP till the end of the game.
Yeah. Yeah, there was just a whole bunch of things that I didn't particularly care for when it came to Tales of Arise. I don't think it deserves it. I don't think it's a bad game. Definitely one of the better RPGs that came out, JRPGs that came out this year. But I can't condone the things that they have done, and I think this is gonna set a bad precedent. I can't talk for going forward when it comes to the Tales games.
You know what? Bandai Namco have already started on that route a long time ago. This was just another one in a long line of what they've been doing with regards to the Tales series. So I don't see this as a big surprise, or like they're going down a wrong road. They're already down the road. They just dropped something in the road, basically. So yeah.
Real quick, Blake.
Yes, sir. We got that super chat from Ace Breaker saying Persona 5 took RPG of the year. I assume that means in the year it came out. SMT5 didn't. Another W for Persona. Get fucked, SMT fans. I must be Ace must be getting paid under the table by Q to say that. But,
that sucks. But so I think we almost universally agreed that Tales of Arise didn't deserve it. What game on this list deserves it?
On the list? No, I think of all the games on the list, Arise deserved it. Of the list that they had.
Okay, of the list that, yeah, you think Arise deserves it. Okay.
No.
Of the list, I give it to either Arise or Cyberpunk, but we know people hate Cyberpunk, so let's just say Rise.
Honestly,
didn't you call it Cybermid earlier in the podcast?
I think that was
Cybermid
CyberConnect.
2.
Oh wait, it's Cybermid 2.
yeah.
Okay, never mind.
out of all those games,
he's gonna say Scarlet Nexus. He's gonna say it.
Hold
Rise
on.
of
Shadow, what the hell is this?
Wait, what are you talking about, sir? Sir, what? Sir, what are you talking about, sir?
Look at this screen.
Sir, I don't know what you're talking about. What are you guys talking about?
this
Man
is
of
wrong.
culture, Shadow. That's what I'm talking about, son.
Listen. Like when I went to the Cathedral of Shadows, or World of Shadows, she was like this. I don't know
She
what
just had
happened.
the boobies out.
Listen,
that's what happened.
Hey
Yeah.
man, listen man. When I go places, maybe girls just like pulling out their boobs. I don't know, man.
What?
That's just me. All right, that's just me. That's what happens. All right, listen.
You know what, Shadow? I believe
Mahogany.
you. I'm right there with you, man. I'm right there with you. I believe
Do you? Are you? Is that how it happened? Should I contact them, Alexa? Right? Should I contact your wife right now, bro? Should I tell them, Alexa, bro, what's happening?
Look, she's watching Game of Thrones. She ain't got no time for this. She ain't got.
That's me.
All right, that's just the way it was. Okay, so yeah, me personally, I think. Okay, I'm gonna be real with you for anything. Even though we're gonna talk about our own games of the year, I low key don't think any JRPG really stuck out to me that much this year, except maybe Shin Megami Tensei 5 did. Especially its gameplay was really addicting to me, and I really enjoyed it enough to play it almost done with the game a second time. But when it comes to the characters, they really dropped the ball, and I don't like that at all. It's like, I could say with confidence that last year, like, there was a whole bunch of games or RPGs that came out that I give 9 out of 10s to. There's not one JRPG that came out this year that I thought was a solid 9 out of 10 or at least.
Here's the thing, though. Did you play the JRPGs you played this year? Were they all like just the mainstream ones, the ones that everyone was like, oh, you have to play these, or did you play anything obscure, something that was just?
Did you play Monster Hunter Stories too? I can't remember if you. I remember you were hyping up story.
I did. Yeah, I didn't play it fully. I didn't play it fully. I do think it's a really good game. That might be the one actually.
It
don't
was
know.
shockingly good.
Yeah. I was thinking about playing it as one of the games I'll play after the year's up, but I don't know. But yeah, like Tales of Arise, I think Persona 5 Strikers, Rise 2, Neo the World Ends With You. I just don't think any game was like out there like one top pinnacle of RPGs.
Definitely not Persona 5 Strikers.
Yeah.
I'd say Rise is up there in just terms of gameplay.
Yeah, Rise is up there.
Okay. So I guess we'll go to our game of the year. What won game of the year? I think everything else is kind of we don't care too much about. Yeah, game of the year. We had Deathloop, Metroid, Psychonauts, Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil Village, and It Takes Two. And It Takes Trash won. I mean, It Takes Two won. Do we feel that was deserved of all the games on this list?
No.
I didn't play it, so I can't talk. I'm just surprised it won.
I'm giving it to It Takes Two because when I saw the games that were up for it against it, I prefer It Takes Two over every other game that was up against it. And that's the thing. I think looking at the games for the Game Awards this year, there was just not really the best way to put it is that not a lot of games that you would think, usually it's like, oh, it's a really hard battle, between these games or whatever have you. I think it was generally a poor choice of lists of games this year, like very few good games. It makes it feel like the game this year had like a barren year of games or something.
Oh my god! Did you just say it was a dry year? Did he say it was a dry year for gaming, sir? Is that what you're saying?
It does feel that way based on the list that they put out.
Woof.
Based on the list that they put out,
You mean it was a dry year for them because they didn't have taste to play other games?
Exactly. Correct is right. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
No, honestly, It Takes Two winning Game of the Year feels like an indie game won Game of the Year.
That's what it feels like. That's honestly
Nothing
what
wrong
it
with
feels
that,
like.
though.
It Takes Two certainly is not a big budgeted game.
It's a
Like I
gorgeous
said that.
game.
Like I
though,
said
and
this the other day. Remember, this is the same VGAs that gave Journey Game of the Year a few years back.
Did Journey really win Game of the Year?
Oh yeah, I think it did. Yeah. Journey won.
Damn.
They're like giving it to these like little games that ooze charm.
Who votes on the VGAs again? Who's the people that vote for these?
A panel.
Of Keely's fan base.
Damn.
A committee, basically.
Because I think they put out to the press, if I'm correct, to choose the games, and then people vote on it after. Is that how it works?
As far as I know, as far as I know, it's the press that ultimately choose. They have a little player's choice on the side, which is as irrelevant as the user score on Metacritic.
You know what? As I think, I think the choices of the games just it almost makes you think like no one plays games. So like a lot of the people who just cover games, and it's fairly apparent when you look at when a certain good quality game comes out, and the rest of us are all salivating, we're licking our lips, ooh, quality JRPG, and no other outlet is covering it. All the mainstream outlets are just like they're covering some other game, the kind of game that shows up. Exactly, Super Robot Wars. You didn't see anything about it, and I'm saying this as someone who wasn't really looking forward to Super Robot Wars. But the fact of the matter is that you didn't see anything on it. Pretty much everywhere, it was dead when it came out. In the sense of on the mainstream level. But the people who wanted to play it, like Bao and the rest of them, they were all like super hyped, and it was like the biggest thing at that point in time. And if I remember correctly, it sold well, didn't it?
It did.
I think it did.
You see, it didn't even make the Game of the Year. So. Yeah.
Oh no, that type of game Jeff Keighley would never even have farted on that type of game, bro. Like, Jeff Keighley would never have even looked at that game.
I do feel like the divide between mainstream gaming and like hardcore gaming, I guess, for lack of a better term, is widening. It's like if you even think at like what the Game Awards tried to do, more and more every year with the presentation of celebrities, advertisements, and bad jokes and stuff.
It's more appealing to people who don't play games and rather people who turn their head and go, "Oh, that's neat."
Right, like what happens every time someone has a music performance? All you see is gamers going, "Oh my god, why is this here? Get on with it." But they keep doing it to appeal to that casual audience.
And you don't even see the casual audience really doing that. like getting excited over it. They just kind of look at it and go, "Okay."
Just a quick warning: the spoiler for SMT5 is probably going to come up in this battle, so you guys might want to look away if you haven't gotten this
I was
far.
getting folded by
Just
Yamada
say-
no Orochi.
Just say
Yamata no Orochi.
that man is level 70.
Man,
So I-
Thatcher's got a shiny booty cheek, bro. Like that glistens. Is that part of the mod?
Like,
Look at the shiggle.
I feel like he has a mod on her to increase her bust size even more.
I don't know. What
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about.
You can tell because her hands go into her chest.
What?
Shadow, we talking after this episode is over. You know, just.
So what about Deathloop? Deathloop, like I feel like Deathloop came out of nowhere and it got so much praise, but a lot of people weren't really
Didn't play
talking
it.
about it. Like
Exactly, and that's the thing. The games that made it on those lists, like I didn't hear half. Like when I saw some of the games that were called up for the list, you know, it was a surprise to me. Unlike, for example, It Takes Two, I actually saw a lot of conversation about It Takes Two during the year. It's the reason I picked it up because there was a lot of conversation. I was looking for something good that I could play with the missus. But everything else was kind of like, is this really as good as people say it is? Like I haven't heard anything. It's just hype.
especially with Deathloop, it got like 10s. Like
Yeah,
at a couple
it
of
did.
places. I'm sitting there, I'm like, is it really worth a 10? Like, Jesus Christ. I don't hear many people talking about this game. It's gotten to a point where I'm thinking about getting it actually, just to see what
If you like
the hype is
Dishonored, you
about.
like it.
Huh?
I will say,
Dishonored-
as
I
much
ain't
as
played
I
Dishonored.
like Deathloop, I prefer Dishonored just because
stabbing people.
gameplay flow is better in my opinion, and just I don't know, I like assassinating more than just what Deathloop went for. But they're both great.
So
And also,
Deathloop,
didn't Deathloop get like announced like 2 or 3 years ago? Because I remember hearing about it, and people have been people have been anticipating it, and it's been delayed a few times, or had been delayed a few times.
Yeah, it was
I don't recall.
announced a year or two back, and then they kept showing it at every PlayStation event, and that's what people started hating it for.
No,
You
this
see,
day-
I think another telltale sign of how weirdly obscure the award choices are, you know, is that a game like Life is Strange was among the choices nominees for some awards, and again another game that I didn't hear anyone talk about. Like no one I know was talking about Life is Strange. I lied. I have one friend who was talking about Life is Strange, and no one else I heard talk about it. And then I saw it on the like nominated for something. I was like, really, this game? You know?
I mean, keep in mind as well, like with the Game Awards as well, sometimes the awards don't necessarily go to the games; they go to the companies. And Life is Strange is by Square Enix.
oh wow.
Also, we got a super chat from Night Fury saying Ratchet and Clank got robbed. They didn't even get one award. No, it's because Last of Us Part 2 took every award last year, so they didn't have any for Ratchet this year.
So wait a minute, what happened with Ratchet and Clank? Riku, I think this was one of your most anticipated games this year. Like, well, why didn't this game, get any awards?
I feel like any award that you could have given a Ratchet and Clank, you could also give to It Takes Two, and we've already talked about how Jeff Keighley sucks off the guy who creates It Takes Two. So I think any category Ratchet and Clank could have won for, they would have just chosen It Takes Two over it.
Oh, wow.
I'm
personally-
surprised we didn't.
Me, someone who has played and beaten both of them, I think Ratchet and Clank was more up my alley.
I'm surprised we didn't hear more about Ratchet and Clank, because I remember prior to release, Sony was kind of hyping that as like the first big next gen game, and then after release, I saw a couple people talk about how good it was, but that was kind of it.
I mean, there's only so much you can do with a single player with these.
The problem with
they kind of come and go.
the problem with Ratchet and Clank is that it's an exclusive on a platform that not a lot of people have. That's the problem with Ratchet and Clank. Like I think
There's
if it
that
was on
too.
more platforms, it would actually, or if the PS5 was more available, I think it would have made more of a wave, if you know what I mean.
I think
I
also
guess.
suffers
I
from.
still think the outcome would have still been the same with how it's set up.
I think it also suffers from coming out early in the year.
Sorry?
I mean, April wasn't too early.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame it.
Wait,
on
was it
that.
April or was it June?
It wasn't early this year.
Let me see. I think it came out.
Pretty sure wasn't it after E3? Because they showed
I heard
it
it's
like
more
right
like
before
May.
E3 at the Sony's own presentation.
Oh wait, it
They-
came out in June. Okay, so it came
Yeah.
out in June. Okay, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, that's
Scratch-
literally the middle of the year.
Yeah, scratch what I
But,
said. Yeah.
Yeah, like I
Yeah,
said, I think it's just if It Takes Two wasn't this year, I think not all, but a decent amount of the categories that It Takes Two was in, other than like family game. Ratchet and Clank probably would have taken it.
Okay.
Which is a tough competition against.
I can't remember. Did Rift Apart doesn't have any multiplayer, does it?
No, it doesn't.
No.
That's unfortunate because I remember playing Ratchet and Clank multiplayer on PS2 with some of my cousins growing up, and that was some really good fun.
Oh, Deadlock.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it was you, Riku, who told me about this, or maybe I read it on the timeline. Ratchet and Clank and their titles are a little bit sus.
No, they're all supposed to be.
They're innuendos.
Yeah, they're all like ripped apart, full of soul or something like that. Up your arsenal.
Up your
Going commando.
Going commando. Size matters.
Wow.
Yeah. No. I'm surprised you just noticed this, bro.
Okay, yeah. I
Cracking time.
One of those things that just has been so prevalent on every game.
And every time the Europe version comes out, they're like, no, we're taking all of that sexual innuendos away. Just call it what number is this? Ratchet and Clank 3? All right, call it 3.
Is that really true for the European versions?
Yeah.
I never noticed that.
They don't like any of that. If you look up any of the European versions of the Ratchet and Clank games, they always change the names.
You know, that would be so weird because when you think about it, Europe is so much more, like sexually open-minded than North America. So it makes sense.
I think it's just whoever is in charge of Insomniac over there just doesn't agree with that. Not necessarily Europe themselves.
Yeah.
It's crazy because another innuendo that I literally didn't realize until like that whole Ratchet and Clank thing is until somebody pointed it out to me, and I can't believe I didn't see it, and you guys are gonna like go crazy. Like, how did I not see it? Was the South Park game?
The fractured butthole.
Butthole. I always read it as separately fractured butthole. I never.
What about Stick of Truth? It's supposed to be penis, bro.
Oh really? See, I didn't even see. Yes. I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of that at all. And
Shadow has less of a dirty mind than I would have expected.
And we're looking at his S&P file, and we're like, "That's crazy."
You know what? You've heard it here first, guys. Shadow is innocent. He's a baby.
Yeah.
Lies and slander.
It says innocent, yet we're watching him with his titty mods on this game.
What?
You think he put these titty mods in there because he knew what it meant? He probably just thought, you know what, this would look pretty. I've heard people talk about this. He didn't even know what it meant.
Listen,
okay, giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Exactly. He was like covering for his son, who he found like jacking off. Like this. No, this is not.
Look, he just did not know that his penis could get hard and that sticky stuff would come out. He was just experimenting. You must leave his innocent mind alone.
Mm-hmm.
What is going on here? All right, hold
It's a whole
on.
different conversation. Anyway,
Okay, so are we good with the Game Awards and what won at the Game Awards? Any last thoughts?
it was rigged from the start, but I mean, par for the course.
Look, I'm gonna say this every year. This is not a Game Awards. This is a popularity contest.
Mm-hmm. I think it's a popularity contest.
Once you get that through your thick skull, then you'll understand why things win what they win.
My skull's not the only thing that's thick, Riku.
It's not just a popularity
Anyway,
contest. It's a.
So
That's the main thing.
all right, so that's the Game Awards. So I think we're gonna go around the room and see what everybody's Game of the Year is, or top 3. How do you guys want to do this? Just Game of the Year, or you guys want to do your top 3?
I think.
I think we can all do our top 3s. Riku's only allowed one though.
Yeah,
You know how Riku be going on about his games for half an hour.
Yep, and Q, you too, Q.
Interesting.
No. I've got.
Just
3
hold
small
passion,
ones.
you motherfuckers.
Exactly. Passion is not only good; it's attractive.
Lord?
Oh my goodness! All right,
That's
so
what I said.
let's start. I guess our top 3. Let's start with Bao. Bao, what's your top 3 games this year in the Game of the Year?
All right. Number 3 is the only one I had any real trouble deciding, and it really came down between. Well, no, I'll give it to that. Yeah, I'll say Chivalry 2 will be my number 3. Mainly because it's not like any type of game I played before. It's super fun. You ever want to just you and a bunch of friends against an entire army of people, you want to do that, and it's actually skillful gameplay, you can get that. It's really fun, really bloody, and kind of never gets old no matter how much you play it. So that was number 3. Number 2, Super Robot Wars 30. You guys know I'm a big fan of the series, and this game was kind of the perfect anniversary game by the end. Amazing callbacks. Overall, just a great RPG on its own, great story. Edge, in my opinion, is a contender for protagonist of the year in JRPGs in general. He's that good. And in general, like I said, just overall great RPG. Couple corners cut and some things I didn't like, for example, Code Geass not getting as good treatment as it should, in my opinion, or not Majestic Prince, Knights and Magic. So it's not a perfect game, but it was a great game. Number 1, Monster Hunter. I almost said Rise. Yeah,
Really?
Rise.
You were about
Rise.
to say I'll rise.
Yeah, I was gonna say Rise. Monster Hunter Rise, which surprises even me to say, because I like Monster Hunter, but I don't think a Monster Hunter game has ever been my game of the year. But Rise was really just that good to the point where it outclassed series I'm passionate about, like SRW, SMT, games that had new entries this year that should have taken the top place. But the game was just that good. And I'm over 100 hours in, and I can't wait to go back to it with the expansion coming out next year. And the more I think about it, the more I'm like, this is the perfect route for the series. It trimmed down the times it takes to hunt monsters, which isn't a bad thing. It simplified all the improvements the world made. And then the gameplay, it just turned it on its head and is now more acrobatic and everything. And it's just super, super fun. And I never once got bored of playing it. So yeah, Rise, game of the year.
All right. Fair enough. I feel like that game kind of got snubbed at the Game Awards. Blake, what do we got for this year?
All right. So my top 3 games this year. It is hard to rank because there are so many good games. Number 3 coming in is Metroid Dread. I walked into this year not a Metroid fan. Actually, I walked into September not really a Metroid fan. I started Metroid Zero Mission on a whim, booted it up on a stream, and played the whole game in one sitting. I was hooked immediately. The game was just that good. It was just that fun. I played Samus Returns. I 100% in Samus Returns, as a matter of fact, just because it just felt so addicting and so good. I loved the story. I was curious to see where it was going. Went through Super Metroid as well as Fusion, and then upwards to Dread, and that was probably one of the most fun experiences I've had coming up through a games trilogy, because it's not often that people go through the games in the exact order. And I know Riku's going to scream at me for reasons. But see, it's I'm just going to say it. There's a great payoff when you've been with a series and you've seen the progression and the growth, and yeah, nothing to do with Trails at all. But yeah, so Metroid is my number 3. Number 2, like Bao, is Super Robot Wars 30. Basically, just echoing what all he said. If you guys are like me and you're horny and you like the female character, just go with Edge. She's honestly not that interesting, and she is so boring, and it hurts me to say because I typically prefer the female characters in this game. Yeah, Oz as St. Claus. She's just not really that interesting. She's honestly, if it's your first SRW game, I kind of recommend going for Edge, just from what I've seen. He's a bit more beginner friendly, a bit more funny, a bit more relaxed. He seems really relatable, and all of his quotes are just memes in and of themselves. So if you're going to play Super Robot Wars 30 for the first time, don't choose the waifu. It's tempting. She's eye candy, but that is literally her only factor. She is cute and has nothing else about her.
Good. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, also like Bao, Monster Hunter Rise. I'm sure you guys kind of saw that one coming. I've been hyping Rise the whole year. It is the first Monster Hunter game that I have gone so balls to the walls for. Generations was great. Generations Ultimate was a lot of fun. World really hooked me in, but I kind of dropped off after a while. I just didn't really like tenderizing meat, because that's what you do a lot in World, is you gotta tenderize the monster in order to actually do damage, and that gameplay cycle got really repetitive really quickly. But yeah, with Rise, I'm super excited to go back to Sunbreak. All the monsters and new additions are great. I will say, though, for a lot of people that might say Rise doesn't have content and stuff, it has content. I will 100% agree, though, that it launched, I think Capcom, I don't know why they would have done this, but they launched it earlier ahead of schedule because like they didn't actually have like the post game or end content until May, so we had to wait for an update for it. But I didn't mind waiting; it gave me a reason to come back. I really thought the game was great. The addition of the Palamutes is a game changer. You can like run around and scale things super quickly now. The wire bug makes everything a dream. All the event collabs and stuff. You can freaking play as a Kuma while you're running through a Sonic stage fighting a Nargacuga while Live and Learn plays in the background. It is honestly, Rise just keeps getting better and better throughout all their free updates. And Monster Hunter in general with their free updates is just, it's honestly amazing how they put out so much content typically for free and really only charge for their big expansions. So I'm gonna give it to Rise. It's the first game I actively tried to learn every single weapon in, and it is one that I still go back to. And it looks gorgeous on the OLED. It looks immaculate on the Switch. It runs perfect at 30 FPS. And yeah, that's basically it for me.
Okay, let me just get one thing clear. Nothing runs perfect at 30 FPS. Okay, all right, let's get that out the way.
Okay. How's Nocturne though, bruh?
I don't like Nocturne anyway. Sosuke?
Those took a lot of time, like, to deliberate and for me to gather my thoughts on, but I'm just gonna knock out, like, the first two really quickly. Number 3 is Melted Blood Type Lumina, a resurgence of a Type Moon property that kind of got shafted over time just because they were busy rewriting the entirety of Tsukihime, so they just said, we need to do something else for Tsukihime Remake, and so that's how Type Lumina came out. Extremely tight controls, really good gameplay, good music again, beautiful sprite art. I love the writing within the arcade mode, and just like it all feels like just a good time without heavy tedium. Like if any of y'all want to play it and you aren't like, and you're worried about the fighting game being confusing because anime fighter, don't worry about it. You could face roll the controller and be fine. Number 2, Super Robot Wars 30. Like Bao and Blake, I can't really say anything else positive. The only thing that I can really say positive is just that I'm a newer fan, and going forward, shit was good. I love it. Need more of that kind of game in my life. And my genuine game of the year is Scarlet Nexus. From the initial reveal, I was prepared to get an Xbox for it just because I thought it was Xbox only. I was like, I don't know what this is, but I want it. It looks cool. And then over time, when they were like, oh, it's coming to other consoles, I kept track of it. I watched out for it. And when I got my hands on it, I didn't want to stop playing. I think the only reason I stopped playing is because I was streaming it. And I burnt myself out on streaming, but not the game. The characters, I love the writing, the dialogue, the music. The gameplay is a unique take on psychic powers that doesn't suck hot ass, Sega. This is how you do psychic powers in a video game, especially.
How you gonna call Silver the Hedgehog like that, bro? It's not as fun.
I love Silver for being future Trunks, but damn, do his psychic powers suck. But like that game just feels like what I was looking for this year and didn't fully realize it. Like the only other game that came close, just in terms of action games this year, was Monster Hunter Rise, but Scarlet Nexus beats it out in every way, shape, or form. The only bad thing about that game, the one genuine bad thing, is an enemy called the Yawn. If that game didn't have Yawn in it, perfect video game. It would be in my top 10 games of all time. That's how fucking much I love this game and how good it was.
All right. Who we got up next? Our two passionate people.
All right, let's buckle up for a solid hour. Let's go.
Which you passionate fellows want to go? Huh?
Who has the floor?
Wow, you just throw me out there, Riku. You know, you just decide, you know what, can you go out there, and then I'll stick the landing. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
All right. So there's one game I have to. I'm gonna start with my number 3. My number 3 is a game that you guys should guess is already on the list, and that's Riser 2. Right? I know what you guys are gonna say. What? Oh, you know, Q, why didn't you play Riser? You didn't finish it. La-di-da, swiddle, all that kind of nonsense. Riser 2 is on the list because I've played enough of Riser 2 to know that I love the game. It's brilliant, you know.
As you play 10 minutes something.
Hey, Q, I got you on Steam, right? Let me check your time real quick.
You do got me on Steam, right? Now here's the thing, right? Riser 2
is the thing, right?
Riser 2 is a quality game. I've been having so much fun with it. The only thing is that I want to savor the game, and obviously as a person who savors this
Saber,
game,
it's gone moldy
Well,
by now, my guy.
It's been out for
Let me see. LP Guardian. Let me view this.
next month is gonna be a year since the game came out. How long are you gonna savor the game for, sir?
don't worry.
It's gone moldy.
You know what? Every Christmas I have a game that I pick up, right? And I just play that game alone for the entirety of Christmas, and I just savor it so much. And I think Rise is gonna be that game this year. I'm just gonna enjoy it for the entirety of Christmas. I just want to be left alone.
Yeah, Sebastian, we got a super chat from Sebastian real quick saying, "Stop lying to yourself, Q. Do your work and finish it."
You're right.
You know what?
Lord.
You know what? Right? If I never finish Rise 2, right? The missus will. So let's. How about you? How about that?
Oh,
about that?
Nah,
that doesn't
nah,
count.
Nah.
Let me
Let's
ask
see
you.
here. View stats on achievements. Let's see. Bro, you got 3 achievements in this game.
Jesus. Compared to mine, how many achievements do I have for this game?
I don't think I have it on Steam. Shadow.
Damn.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
We need to fix. We need to fix that.
We need to
But
fix
Blake,
that.
if you could check, because I'm pretty sure you have him.
Okay, so my number 2. Let
that's
me
it.
go with my number 2. Right? You guys thought I was gonna take forever. You right? You know, as soon as I mentioned my first game, you all just stopped me and stole me. Right? Anyway, Riser. Just to start with the reasons I liked Riser was because my boy he glued up. He got twin swords on his back, looking good and clean. Riser was quality, proper thick. We got more waifus in the game. And it was just great. It was all wrong so far. Great game. I haven't finished it yet. There are reasons that I will go into in the future, but not now, or not in this episode. Anyway, Tales of Arise was number 2. Right? I love the Arise. Arise is pretty cool. Lots and lots of fun. Quality waifus again. I thought I was gonna waifu a different character at the beginning, but then Shadow was right. The waifu who Shadow chose at the beginning was the waifu I ended up picking. The man has good taste. There was quality cheeks on her, and so Arise was pretty good as well. Pretty good game. The gameplay was pretty fun. I honestly. And if people have seen my video I made way before Arise came out, I thought Arise was going to be trash. Like, I literally talked shit about that game all leading up to release. And then when I got it, I was like, wow, this game is really good. I actually like this game a lot. So, yeah, shout out to Bandai Namco on Tales of Arise. The only thing I had a problem with was the whole, purchasing of item stuff. That shit was just too expensive in that game. But other than that, the game was pretty good. And my number 1 game, my JRPG of the year for this year.
Hold up. Before you absolutely blow us away with Biomutant, Ace Breaker with the super chat saying Ryza 2. Damn, that first hour must have been good. Dang, that's crazy. As you were saying, back to Biomutant. I mean, you're surprised. First game this year.
Jeez.
Biomutant is not.
1 hour.
It's not in my top. It's not
It's
my top.
not?
five.
It's not?
Not top 3.
It wasn't in
It's
Metacritic
not.
either. That's crazy.
It's not. It's
Wow.
top 5. It's not top 10. Sorry, top 3. Anyway, the point is, number 1 is actually the game I'm playing right now that I'm streaming, which is Mary Skills.
Mary Skeller?
Yes, that game is freaking amazing. Mary Skills Finale is brilliant. It is a brilliant JRPG. I think I'm 100+ hours in it so far, and I don't even feel like I'm even close to the ending of the game. The game is just brilliant writing. The voice acting is great when you get it, because portions of the game just doesn't have voice acting for some stupid reason. But it's okay. I read. But the character, you got so many waifus, so many great characters, and when you think that the developers have mistranslate something, they explain it like 2 seconds after. You're like, oh, what the frack, did they misquote this? And then they explain what they meant, and you're like, oh, it makes sense. It's a really good game. I think this is probably the most polished game Idea Factory has put out. I'll say this now and I'll say this over and over. Idea Factory are the best at first-person dungeon crawlers at this point in time in my life. I don't think anyone does it as good as them. I think their games are really addictive, really well-paced. And this one is no different. I think this is the best one they've put out. Mary Skills the Finale, really class game. Visually, it looks great. Gameplay is great. Different. You play with different parties, and all the mechanics just work. It keeps you on your edge. So yeah, great game. Anyway, that's my top 3 for this year. Game of the year this year, Mary Skills the Finale. So yeah, that's it.
Oh, I got a couple of questions before we.
Before that, we got a super chat from Sebastian saying Q is the only man to not have finished 2/3. 2/3. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, speaking of that, that's a good point, Sebastian. You said you beat Tales of Arise?
I never said I beat Tales of Arise.
Oh Lord, have mercy!
Come get this man.
Oh man!
Here's the thing.
Here's the thing. Here we go.
Here's the
Here's
thing
the
with
thing,
Arise, right? No, sorry, what?
That's the thing.
Look at him. Look at him go.
So here's the thing with Arise, right?
Mhm.
Your boy hopped in Arise, started streaming the game, and this is a problem when you stream a game. When you stream a game, somehow another game comes out, and everyone who was watching you stream that game before eventually wants to see that other game, and then you end up stop streaming the game. And I don't play one unless I'm streaming, so yeah, pretty much.
Well,
Unless
it's your
I'm-
fault.
So
Sorry?
and also, did you you haven't finished Mary Skelter yet?
I'm streaming that right now. Actually, that's what I'm playing. So
Look at
it's,
this
it's
man.
I'm over 100 hours into this game. You guys can't judge me. 100 plus hours into this game.
Okay.
I'm
wrong
over
with you
100 plus
people?
hours and 30. So are Blake and Bow.
Exactly.
Can they beat it?
Did you
listen
finish
to-
your game?
The only game I didn't finish is 30, and that's because that game.
Right. So we are in the same boat.
But
We
I
are in the
played.
same
I
boat.
beat 2 out of my 3 games of the year.
And I beat none. But the fact is that I have just as much love for the ones that I have as you have for yours, right?
Don't talk.
Oh
Look at this,
my
man.
I
god!
remember we used to beat Shadow up for saying shit like that.
Oh no.
Don't worry about it, Q. You still my boy. You still my boy. Don't.
I know. Them fields, we out here for them waifus. It's all good, Mm-hmm.
You know, and
You know
just
what?
like Ace Breaker said in the chat, yeah, you're my favorite Kotaku game journalist as well, man. All right.
Oh,
You know what? It don't matter what none of y'all say. At the end of the night, my missus didn't judge me for not finishing my JRPGs. The day she
He's
started
finished
judging me,
games.
yeah, she is finishing. You know what? She's got to a point in Persona where she's starting to say, she's like, "Ooh, how many hours am I in? I'm 100 and something hours. Ooh, this game is going good." But I'm starting to wonder, when is the ending coming? So yeah, she's actually stuck on a boss right now. So
Oh yeah, she's stuck on the hardest boss in the game. Freaking Okumura.
Oh wow. Turn that thing down now, easy. That's gonna be hard. Yeah, that's Q with his games, his unique list. Riku, what we got on the docket, man? What's your 3 here, man?
Let's go!
Oh my god, no, he didn't. No, this man did not just play sound effects on my podcast. Who is you, sir?
Look at what you did.
Oh my
We're
god.
happy, boy. Riku's-san won the only one. And his
Oh.
top 3 games of this year.
Oh, God.
Coming in number 3, we have Tales of Arise. At one point, Tales of Arise was my game of the year. I was fairly enjoying the gameplay. I think in regards of the character roster that they had, at least from a likability and a characterization standpoint, I felt that they were very strong for a Tales of game, at least in regards to the Tales of games that I've played, which at this juncture have been Tales of Hearts R, Tales of Vesperia, and Tales of Zestiria. So out of all of them, the only one that you could even debate had remotely impressive characters from a characterization standpoint is Vesperia, and I would go as far as to debate there's really only one worth bragging about, and that's Yuri. But in regards to Tales of Arise, I felt the entire roster was likable, in regards to Tales of standards, and I enjoyed it. I think that was most likely because of the skit system that Tales of has set up. If you're going for the platinum, they're going to force you to I think watch over 300 skits, and everybody knows here in regards to the skits in Tales of Arise. Sure, they're not the best in comparison to the previous games, because in the previous games it was more lighthearted, whatnot. This one definitely tried to inject majority of the story into the skits, and usually it's scenes that a cutscene would explain that exact same thing that they would say in the skits. So those ones felt kind of useless, but the ones that they did have that were about the lighthearted moments, even though it had been done better, I felt that did help me, who didn't care about the characters when they were introduced in Tales of Arise, like them more by the end. I like them all. And the gameplay, I enjoyed the gameplay a lot in Tales of Arise. I think it's one of the better ones that I've played in the series. I do still think I like the gameplay in Tales of Hearts R more. But that's we'll just save that for another day or never.
I wouldn't
But
mind having that discussion with you about that.
But I fairly enjoyed Tales of Arise. You could tell that fucking Bandai Namco definitely splurged when it came to this game, with 2 fucking ufotable openings, and both of the music, and that was great. Only debatable, the only 2 good songs in the game, but that's besides the point. I enjoyed it. But it came in at number 3. Number 2, it is Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. Y'all know I'm a humongous Ratchet and Clank fan. When I was done with the game, I felt that this was definitely top 3 Ratchet and Clank games. Now, with some hindsight, I think even though the game, in my opinion, really didn't do anything wrong, I think 2 things that stopped it from being my game of the year. One is the game debatably was too short. I felt for I guess a PS5 game that cost $70, I felt the game could have been a lot longer than it was. I think Ratchet and Clank A Crack in Time on the PlayStation 3 was longer than this PS5 game. And to be fair, you could say that when Sony bought Insomniac, they were like, Sony owns Ratchet and Clank. At the time they didn't own Insomniac though. So when they bought them, they were like, "We want you to make another Ratchet and Clank game." So they probably like Spider-Man, Miles Morales. They probably just farted this one out real quick. Insomniac lately, everyone's like, "Oh my god, they're just throwing out fire left and right, left and right." When you look at the games that they have been throwing out, although they are great games, they're not that long. So that's probably why they can get them out this quickly, because they're not that long of a game, and this is one of them. The game is, I would say, the game is the epitome of short and sweet. Which, when you look at it that way, that's great. But if you're paying $70 for the game, you kind of want a little more to chew on. And then another thing, I felt the game could have pushed the gameplay just a tad bit further. I like the hover boost that they had. I felt they pushed that right. The new weapons that they had, they were all right. Everything was just nicely refined. But I think if they just made it a bit longer, this probably would have been my game of the year, because everything else was fine. The graphics, the new characters like Rivet and Kit, all of that was great. But yeah, number 2, and then number 1.
Number 1? Can we take guesses? Oh, you already said it. Okay.
Yeah, Falcom's finest, man. There is no point in taking guesses, man. Ease 9. Maelstromnix.
With that music.
Let's go.
It's not coming out Kiseki, bro?
Really? Like, anyway.
I mean, it did come out this year.
It did, but we're not going to talk about that. Point is, when Ease 9, when like I said, when Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart came out and Tales of Arise came out, at the time when I was in the honeymoon phase for both of those games, they're like, "Oh yeah, this is my game of the year. Oh no, that is my game of the year." I think you guys heard me. I was like, "Yeah, no, this I will put this over Ease 9." But when the honeymoon phases were over, if there was one thing that I realized for this entire year that I've been doing, is listening to the soundtrack of Ease 9 on my spare time. I fucking love that soundtrack so fucking much. I feel it's one of Falcom's best scores in their game.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Mitsuo Singa fucking killed it with this goddamn soundtrack. And a lot of people this year was very sad that Takehiko Unisuga left Nihon Falcom, and I'm just over here like, we still have Yukihiro Jindo and Mitsuo Singa. We'll be fine. And I stand by that. Like, Mitsuo Singa has been killing it. They killed it in Cold Steel 4 and Cold Steel 3. He killed it here in Ease 9, and I heard he's killing it in Kuro no Kiseki. He fucking knocked it out of the park. And looking back on Ease 9, I was I don't know if you guys remember when I was talking about it when I recently finished it earlier this year, and I was comparing it to Ease 8. I remember saying that Ease 8, if you're looking for your traditional Ease experience, I felt Ease 8 executed that the best in the franchise. But if you're looking for something, if you're looking for something different from the Ys franchise and done relatively well, that's Ys 9. A lot of the categories that Ys as a franchise I felt was, I wouldn't say they were weak at it, but they weren't really something to brag about, which were characters and story in particular. Those two things in the franchise, I felt you never really talk about that when it comes to Ys. If you wanted that, you would go you would go to Trails, right? Ys, you come here for the music and the enjoyment of exploration and its gameplay. I felt Ys 9 in regards to story and characters, they did a very, very good job. And obviously with the cost of, some pacing at the beginning, it being a bit slow, but I feel that's probably because they brought the Trails team to come in and assist with creating such a story. So I think it comes with the territory, with their pacing. It paid off once you figured out about the plot reveals that happen. Never been that engrossed in a Ys story up to that point. And I felt my level of engrossment when I saw that part in Ys 9 was leaps and bounds higher than anything Tales of Arise revealed in their game. And we're not even going to talk about the reveals in fucking Tales of Arise. But I've heard some people before playing Tales of Arise like, oh my god, the plot reveals is going to make you nut all over the wall. I'm like, okay. And you see it and you're just like, what the fuck?
Like SMT5.
Just like, what? I mean, but here's the thing though. Like, I don't recall people like saying that the SMT story blew their mind, unless they're talking about that.
Ask Bao can bring up the tweets. Don't worry.
Okay, I maybe I'm just not a part of that community, so I personally didn't hear, but decent amount of people I heard SMT. The thing that you guys are saying, like everything is great except for really the story.
Before we go back to slandering SMT5, Acebreaker is slandering Ys 9 by saying Mid9 got me sleeping harder than any melatonin with a $2 super chat.
Oh man,
that's crazy.
Good thing we don't listen to what fucking Acebreaker says. So yeah.
Did you unblock him yet?
No, I didn't. He might get a fucking extension for that goofy ass. Anyway, going back to what I was saying. In regards to the gameplay, I also feel that, like I said, Ys is one thing people like about Ys is its gameplay, and I felt that's one thing it actually did better than Ys 8 is its gameplay. One of the things I liked in that game the most was the loop. Once you get this specific ability with this character called Raging Bull, where you hold down the melee button, and when you release it, am I hearing something? Sasuke, you might want to get that under control. Anyway,
Sorry.
you would hold down the melee button, and when you release it, and you hit somebody with it, you would get your SP back, which you need for to use your skills on. So you can get into this nice gameplay loop of doing a specific attack. Let's say an attack that does a multi-stab and then a slash. While you're doing that multi-stab and a slash, you can be holding down the melee button to charge up that SP building move, and right after the stab slash move, you can release the melee and go straight into that SP building move, which brings back your SP, so you can go into another move. So in previous Ys games, you would be doing your skills, linking them all together, and then when you're out of SP, you're just running around like an idiot trying to build back up SP to do your skills again. But in Ys 9, I felt if you did that strategy, it kind of solves that issue of breaking your offensive loop of DPS. If you know what you're doing, you can kind of keep it going until the enemy tries to do something to force you to dodge or block. And I felt that it significantly helped its gameplay. But I will end it there. Ys 9 is my game of the year. I can come up with more and more reasons as to why that's the case, other than the fact that I'm a quote unquote Falcom fanboy. I can back up what the fuck I say with reasons, right? I'm just not. It's great. It's because it's Falcom. No, because if that was the case, I would be praising Tokyo Xanadu, which I don't. Anyway, I'm done.
I'll say this because I'm playing Ys 9 right now. I'm trying to get another game finished before the year's out. But I say that it's kind of repeating kind of the same beats from East 8 when it comes to like, I guess it's gameplay structure. Like it's trying to do raid battles and whatnot, and then build up the stuff for the raid battles. I'm like,
I would
please,
say,
please don't do this again next game.
I would say that in regards to, if you compare Ease 8 and Ease 9, there's definitely things Ease 9 does better, and there's definitely things Ease 8 does better. I feel the things that Ease 8 does better is it's quicker paced, right? But the story's weaker. The raids, like you said, I feel the raids were better in Ease 8, and I felt the sense of exploration was better in Ease 8. But I think in regards to everything else, Ease 9 does it better.
Interesting how you say that, because like I feel like there's more ways you can explore in Ease 9, and yet you say Ease 8 is better when it comes to that. So I'll see what's going on if I keep playing it.
The only reason I say that is because, like I said, if you're looking for a traditional Ease experience, running around in the fields, the caves, and foliage and all of that stuff, that's what Ease is known for, and you get that more so in Ease 8 than you do Ease 9. Ease 9 feels more so like, not necessarily you're playing an Assassin's Creed game, but you're through a city, cathedral, prison city, and all that stuff. And then as it expands, the layout of Balduc City is like similar to Crossbow, where there's like a giant city in the middle, and then there's like a north, south, east, and west areas outside of the city that you can eventually explore. But those portions outside of the city aren't as big as I wish they were.
Don't you think that's a bit of a spoiler, though?
No, really? It's really not. It's really not.
Feel like it's like because when I started out in the game and I was like, oh, am I gonna spend the whole game in the city? And then a little while later, then when I realized, holy crap, I can explore out here. This is amazing. I think it's sort of like finding it, because for East games, I think part of the glamour of what you enjoy about them is sort of the exploration and finding new places.
No, that's I would argue that's the main thing about East games.
Right. So taking that away by mentioning it, hey, you know what?
I mean, if you played the game by now, you wouldn't be spoiled by this, Q.
No, I have played the game. That's the whole point, Blake. That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing, though. Q, that I would debate against that. I have heard decent amount of people, like Acebreaker in the chat is saying, they're falling asleep. I already said one of its. I felt one of its. I guess nitpicks or cons with the game is the fact that it has a slow pace of a start. You're trying to build up the story, the characters, and all that stuff, and that entire time it's building it up. That is assisting in making it feel debatably like a slog. It's the fact that you're stuck in that city that entire time. You don't really get to explore outside. So. You could debate. Yeah, that's kind of a spoiler. You might not want to tell someone that, but I feel if someone goes in thinking, "Man, am I going to spend the entire time inside the city?" And then they eventually might drop the game because they think the entire game takes place into the city. If they heard someone say, "No, you eventually do get to explore outside of the city," and when you do, it is a pretty fun time. It is the exploration of Ease that you know and love. That might push them people to go and see that. So I'm willing to, I guess, spoil that part because I feel there's story beats that are far more engrossing than just telling someone that, oh yeah, you get to explore the outskirts of the city eventually.
Okay,
so
all right, so that's Riku. He went on for 2 hours.
Y'all expected it. That's why y'all made me go last. Anyway.
So,
all right, Shadow, just you now, bro.
All right. So yeah, my top 3 for this year. Number 3, I'm gonna give it to Scarlet Nexus. That game kind of came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting much from it. I thought it was just gonna be a mid-tier type game that I wasn't gonna care about. Turns out, gameplay was fun as hell. Visually, the game is astounding. Running the game on the PC at 120 FPS. Oh my goodness. I wish I could play it on a big ass 80-inch 4K HDR TV because it would probably look immaculate.
This man's salivating at the idea.
Absolutely.
Buy yourself for Christmas.
Oh man.
Another number fetish.
I would love that. The problem I have with Scarlet Nexus is the story. Kind of felt like by the end the story just went all over the place. It really went out there. You got people on the moon, people jumping through time, stopping time. I don't know. I don't think Cowron was all that great of an antagonist. And then the last dungeon kind of was like a gauntlet of just like all the enemies you fought up until that point, just like more of them. But
so Bloody Palace.
Yeah.
No. No.
But I like the game ultimately. I can't wait for them to see what they do next. Surprisingly, you only got to play as one character throughout the game, but I really felt like I was playing as everybody because of their unique abilities and how they also integrated into the environment. I like that. That was really cool for me. But yeah, ultimately cool game. Can't wait to see what they do next. I hope there's another game in the series, and maybe I'll have a little bit more time to flesh out maybe the story a little bit more, because it kind of jumped from beat to beat, and then when you got to that towards the end, it just went crazy. The characters was great too, but I wish you could flesh them out just a tad bit more. I feel like even if you did their side stuff, it wasn't good enough to really get to know them. I'm gonna say for number 2, it's gotta be.
We got super chat before you get into that real quick.
Go ahead.
From Kaniku Dash saying Elite was spitting until 120 frames was said.
So, man, I need my 120 frames. All right, I need at least 60. Now I need 120. All right, anything above that is like asking too much. All right.
Shadows basically said, "I will
What's
never
wrong with this
never play a Nintendo game again. I will never
We're gonna
play
get
a console
120.
game
He's
again."
gonna be like, I need 240 now. Keep up.
Listen, when I somehow, some way, I don't know when it happened, when I got SMT5 running at 60 FPS,
and that's all gonna come around until he wants 360.
But yeah, I need that 120 frames. But number 2, we'll go to Tales of Arise. Love the gameplay, love the graphics. I think visually it might be better than Scarlet Nexus. Maybe not. I'm not sure. Maybe they're equal. Maybe Scarlet Nexus is greater. I'm not sure. But yeah, visually, game looks amazing. Truly a current gen, I guess you could say, JRPG. The gameplay was good. Loved the boost strikes. Didn't like how it felt like for the bosses you really couldn't combo them that much. It became a hit and run type of game that you had to do, especially if you were playing as Alphen or pretty much any offensive character. The story, liked it in the beginning. I felt like the characters almost came together a little bit too fast. Like after one dungeon, after you got everybody was all buddy, like they knew each other for 10 years. I'm like, you guys just came together a little bit too quickly there. But yeah, still a great cast. I don't really have a particular favorite when it comes to this cast.
I mean, not Bow. Shadow, I have a question for you in regards to that.
What's up?
Actually, you know what? No, continue.
You sure?
Yes. Continue.
Okay. Didn't feel like any other cast stood out. I feel like everybody was just one cohesive unit. Really. Issues I had with the game, the ending. Oh my god, the ending. What the freak happened there?
Racism is. I'm gonna spoil Tales of Arise out of context. Racism is a government manufactured concept.
Especially with the ending dungeon, that was just a slog almost.
Oh, yeah.
Had to go back every 10 seconds to heal. Speaking of healing, the CP system, I don't think I ever want to see it again. Maybe if it's not implemented like it was here, and maybe if orange gels didn't cost my balls to get, I would be okay with it. But honestly, I don't think I want to see it in this fashion. Maybe everything in the game was really expensive to push the DLC. I could probably see that. I guess, and I don't like that. I hope, seeing as this game won RPG of the Year, I hope this doesn't, set the precedent for this to happen in the next Tales of game. I
hope it doesn't either, because of the fact that I know that the Falcom is watching. They watch what Atlas and Bandai Namco do in regards to Tales of and Persona. In my opinion, I feel like they do. So if this does catch on to be the trend, and we already know Atlas kind of does it with their DLC demons and Personas, like OP as fuck to tear through the game like wet tissue. So
yes, sir.
Really, that not guilty of doing it either. And it's not like Falcom doesn't have this in their games already. I know you can buy like what's the Zerum capsules. I know you can buy those and whatnot, but it's not as intrusive as what Tales of Arise did. And all I'm saying is that if this does become the norm, we could possibly see a future where more other JRPGs try to make that the norm too, because money.
Yeah.
Is this you confirming that you're dropping Falcom if this happens, Riku?
No, because I didn't drop Tales of when it happened. I mean, I'm just gonna be very disappointed if that is the future we are looking at for all JRPGs. Not including them.
Yeah. Another point with the bosses. The bosses were just, oh my god, slog to get through. Didn't like any of them at all. You know how some games, I think I said this before, some games have, the boss battles are the highlight. Not in this game. I hate every single boss battle. I like common battles because you could actually do things in everyday battles. But for boss battles, it just devolved into hit and run, and that's why I say, I mean, if anybody's gonna play Tales of Arise, just play it on normal, or hell, even play it on easy. It's not worth it. It really is worth playing on other difficulties. But yeah, I think if it didn't do that things with its gameplay structure, because I think all that ties into the DLC. Really, because if you just buy a DLC, all that stuff becomes minute and almost doesn't exist to a certain extent. So
it's funny you're saying all this when you just ranked it as your number 2 game of the year.
Yeah, because I enjoy everything else about it. I really do, but it's got some bullshit practices going on that I cannot condone. Honestly.
You'd probably say that it's a bit more intrusive than SMT5's Mitama DLC, which kind of yes, how money progression in 5 is really really bad for the first half of the game, and that DLC is just right in your face.
That's true. I don't think I had a problem with money when I first did my run of SMT5.
Demons feel like they're triple the price they normally are, even after you get the miracle discounts.
Yeah, if you're trying to get from the compendium, I pretty much never did that during my playthrough. So yeah, you're right on that one. They are expensive. Of course, you got the freaking miracles that can make things less, but still, even then, they're so expensive. But yeah, it does lead me into my number 1 JRPG of the year, game of the year, Shin Megami Tensei 5. Absolutely love the game. Love the gameplay. That's the biggest standout point about it. All the customizations you can do with your MC is just insane. With the demons that you can also get, and the coverage they can also provide. One person in my comments for my Shin Megami Tensei 5 review, they had an all vitality build for the MC, and the MC took almost no damage and was just as a support of the group, I'm assuming, and that was pretty cool. I do like the way the game looks. The way the game performs on Switch is to be expected from a Switch game, but it still doesn't look bad. I think Atlas worked some serious magic on that game to get it to run on Switch, especially its scale and scope. How the environments look, and I think each environment is properly detailed. Of course, if you run it on at least a PS4, it'd probably look a lot better. But hey, it is what it is. I don't know what kind of deal Atlas got with Nintendo on this one, but whatever. It could be better on other consoles. But that is a standout point about SMT5. It's the gameplay. Love the game. Love going to battle, buffing my demons, doing what I gotta do, guarding. I liked how there was one miracle in which you can use items for demons, which I thought I wouldn't need, but then it turns out, thanks to the bosses coming up at the end, was just ridiculous, and you need every single piece of help that you can get. Problem with the game, story and characters are almost non-existent. I'm sorry, it's just one of the biggest things that I hate about the game. Some characters I literally forgot about. The story nowhere near as strong as other SMT games. I'll say SMT 4 and 4 Apocalypse are way better. I'll even say Strange Journey was more memorable than whatever I got in SMT 5. But the strong gameplay really carried 5.
So really, you're saying Nocturne is your favorite game of the year?
Oh God, no!
That's crazy.
Oh my God! And that's actually
he did play it twice.
And that's actually one of the things that I think this game took too much from Nocturne. And I think I mentioned in the last podcast, they really took the popularity of Nocturne into consideration when they made SMT5.
Wasn't Nocturne only popular because of it was the notorious difficulty? Was it even popular because of anything else?
Listen, people say that they love it for the atmosphere, for the characters, for the
characters. Nocturne has characters.
To that I
people say they love it. Demi-Fiend and Dante.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about Nocturne and the characters. I feel like the only characters I remember from Nocturne are the men in the fedora and the demons.
Yep.
And if like I were to play that game where I can just skip random encounters and demons automatically join me, like if I were to cheat and do that, I'd only remember the man in the fedora. I don't really remember the other characters from Nocturne.
They were saying it was also the atmosphere. I don't know.
I can't count Dante and Raito because, especially Raito doesn't talk. Goto does. The cat does the talking. And Dante is Dante. He's supposed to be cool and charismatic and have a personality. Meanwhile, Demi-Fiend's just kind of standing there with the elevator music playing in his head.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But, you know.
That's funny. I felt that was worse than Nahobino. Like, there were scenes where his blank face kind of took me out of it.
Nah,
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh.
Bro, almost like Pokemon. like Sun and Moon, it's crazy. Oh, we also got a super chat really quickly from Sebastian saying, "Nice joke, Shadow. Start the real list with SOW30." He's right.
Man. I still have that
Be
game.
like a scene where someone dies, and then Nahobino's just staring there like that.
Just like,
Damn, bro,
that's
that's
Oh,
crazy.
yeah.
Anyway,
Wow.
what? that's like that meme. Oh no. Anyway,
Yeah, I like, you know, when it comes to the games that I like, I know I'm talking a lot of shit about them, but like seriously, I gotta call out the BS when I see it with these games. And SMT5, while it's a great game, I still don't feel it's that it didn't go that extra mile for me personally to feel special. Like I felt like SMT4 Apocalypse was special. I saw SMT4 was special. This game didn't do it, and that was because of the story and characters. Just non-existent. I'm sorry, especially with that. What's his name? The guy with Nua. I completely forgot his name.
Yakumo.
Yeah. Yakumo. Like I was like, bro, what happened to you?
Oh
Why
my
haven't
gosh.
you been doing anything since?
I'm not gonna say anything, but I did the neutral ending. Like, what the? My guy, oh my gosh, I was in
Yeah.
Bow's DMs furious, bro.
I think I did the same thing. I got in Gab's DMs to ask her, what the hell is that it? Like, are you serious? Like, I really thought, like, no spoilers, but let's just say I thought there was going to be an extra boss, another boss coming up afterwards, and the game just ends, and I'm like, okay.
Well, here's the thing: you can spoil it, and no one will care because it's nothing. Nothing happens.
I'm mad that I expected I enjoyed that game up to the fourth area. Once I got to the fourth area, I just felt like I wanted to I'm going back to Monster Hunter Story 2. I'm gonna go actually finish that before I beat SMT5.
Oh, that story, that ending to that story is also kind of.
But I'm at least
I mean,
caring.
it's a
I know characters in that game. I know, and the Monsties don't have a personality outside of their kinship attacks, but at least the fucking characters exist. Like,
Yeah, but for
what the
SMT5,
fuck happened to Miyazu in SMT5?
like SMT5, like there are multiple endings. And I think one of the endings does give you a more final boss battle, I guess you could say. And I was just like, I'm not going back to do all this again. I'm sorry. Maybe if I get to the end of my second playthrough, I'll create a separate save file to see them all, or maybe just view them all on YouTube. But that doesn't feel right to me. I don't like what they.
To clarify, Law and Chaos, they get one more boss in neutral, but even that, it's just a boss. It's not like super developed a boss or anything. They just show up and you fight, and then you get your typical ending.
That's what I feel like. Yeah. So neutral really got shafted, didn't it?
Sort of, but the true ending is also a neutral ending, like an expanded one, so I guess that compensates.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess we can't really get too much on the endings because there are multiple ones. I guess, but I feel like if you have multiple endings, you might want to flesh them out a little bit.
Just wait. In like half a year, they'll be like, we're doing a new ending for Shin Megami Tensei 5. It's the canonical one, and it's $25. Get it today.
I swear to God, if you speak that into existence, Blake, I'm gonna be really.
I'm gonna
mad.
laugh so much. Bro. I'm sorry.
And I'm gonna be an idiot. I'm gonna buy it too. So
You know what? He's gonna buy 5 copies, especially if it's
I mean,
like
Alex
a
will probably give it to
box.
you, just not Bao.
Ouch.
Probably.
I you doing that to my boy like
true,
that? But yeah, that's my game of the year. I gotta say, for the JRPGs that came out this year, none of them really wowed me. None of them really, just I guess you can say, swept me off my feet.
That's
Really.
because you didn't play Mary Skeletor.
Oh my God, Shin Megami Tensei 5 almost did it, but then as soon as I got to the end and started doing more things. I think I was telling Riku that I thought it was a 9 out of 10. I was like, no, this game is not a 9 out of 10. The story and characters really dropped the ball towards the end. But yeah, it sucks.
Okay,
Yeah.
question though. In regards to SMT, have majority of the SMT games even been known for that in particular?
Here's the
No.
thing, Riku. SMTs 1 and 2 were never officially localized outside like an iOS version here. So when most SMT fans here think of SMT, they think Nocturne. And then a lot of people just straight up skipped 4. So a lot of people are just judging the SMT series by Nocturne and now SMT 5. You know, it's 5 games instead of 2. The majority of the games, 1, 2, and 4 Apocalypse, have developed characters and stories. It's just 3 and 5, which happen to be the most popular here in the West, have set the tone so people think that's how the SMT games are. They are not.
Desolate, dark, desolate, depressing.
Yep.
You're by yourself. It's just you
Like
and
1,
demons.
2, and 4 are upbeat cyberpunk games. 3 and 5 are not.
Like the first time you get to Tokyo Forest, some of the funniest shit I've ever seen. When it comes to SMT, the reactions to like them, those like Yakuza interacting with Flynn and the other samurai.
And
It's funny as hell.
I'll say the reason it's like that is because the fan base feared so much of SMT just becoming Persona with 4 and 4 Apocalypse, so they really rejected those games, kind of, especially Apocalypse, because Apocalypse went really, I guess you could say, archetype like with all the anime cliched characters, but they were still better characters than SMT5. But hey, it is what it is. This is where the SMT.
I mean, I don't think there's
franchise is
anything
at this
wrong
point.
with SMT being Persona without the mediocre. I shouldn't say mediocre. Without
Without the heart. Without the heart. Oh, okay.
Without the heart.
I was gonna say without the tedious like running around city bullshit. Honestly, like
Okay.
SMT, at least to me, just kind of feels like Persona, but it's like all dungeons, which in my opinion is just better. I find like the
Persona games would be better without any of the school stuff, is what you're saying.
I'm saying they wouldn't be Persona games at that point because that's what makes Persona is the slice of life stuff. It's paired
but
with
you
the combat.
said
And
it
stuff.
would better. I heard it would better come from your mouth. So like, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I said it. If I didn't have to go take a shit to relieve myself every 5 minutes in Persona 3, it would be better.
Selza in the chat brought up another good point. Like, even within the wider, I guess, expanse of SMT, 3 and 5 are also still alone in that. Like Digital Devil Saga, Devil Survivor, what's it called? Hackers, whatever, on 3DS.
Soul
Hackers
Hackers.
Memory?
Oh yeah.
Soul Hackers.
Yeah, Soul Hackers.
Yeah, Soul Hackers. Those all have fleshed out stories and characters. It's just Nocturne and 5 that are like this. But the fact that they're the most popular makes a lot of casual fans think, oh, mainline SMT is like that, when it's never been the case.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks, but still a great game, story, gameplay wise, and I'll love it for that. So yeah, I think that's our list. Do we want to say real quick what our most anticipated game of 2022 is?
Triangle Strategy.
Oh my god, they actually called it Triangle Strategy. Fucking shit.
You'll get used to it.
Oh my god, why?
I really think they should have called it Strategy Delta. Sounds way cooler.
Sounds much
Lumen-
cooler.
I really
I'm
think
gonna be
that for a
real.
bunch of people that played a game called Octopath Traveler, you're making a lot of shit out of nothing.
I think
kinda right.
that's why I said Strategy Delta sounds far more fitting.
And also, see, Strategy Delta, that sounds like a Valkyria Chronicles game. That name sounds great, but Square Enix, Square Enix is not name things
Why does
properly.
it sound like a Valkyria Chronicles game? Huh?
It's a Delta.
Okay, and they're about triangles, so they should have
Yeah, Triangle
choose
Cities.
a better.
Tomb Raider.
Wow.
Square Enix.
Jesus
Oh
Christ!
my god.
All right. Anyway, moving on. I don't even feel like replying to that.
Look at Sephiroth on the screen right now.
I don't know what you're talking
Was that what that is? I remember when I saw this mod, I thought this was a spoiler, and I was waiting for Minaha to be in return to this. It never happened.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get Spirit Unification, right?
See,
Oh my
that's what I thought. But my most anticipated game this next year, it's not Sonic Forces.
I'm about to say-
I said Forces, not Sonic Frontiers. No, I think my most anticipated game next year, honestly, I can't even say Breath of the Wild 2 because we just don't know if that game is actually coming out next year. Is that Raiden from freaking anyway?
Yes.
No, my most anticipated game for next year, which was one of my most anticipated games for this year that got delayed, is Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp.
Oh yeah, I
Looking,
forgot.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
looking
Advance Wars.
so, and I really hope that a lot of people don't forget about it when it comes out, because I need that game to sell so that they can maybe remake the DS games in another collection, or just give us another Advance Wars games. Because if they give us more Advance Wars, there's a chance we might get more Battalion Wars. And if I get more
There
Battalion
it
Wars,
is.
I'm gonna
There
rip.
it
I will rip 8 shirts on camera, bro. You heard me
That's
first.
all
If-
he
if
cares
we get,
about. He's
If we
playing
get
the
more
long
Battalion
game.
Wars, bro. I mean, I also love Advance Wars because I grew up with it. So I mean, I'm here for Advance Wars too. If we just get Advance Wars, I'll be a little disappointed, but I'll still be okay with that. Long game though, if we do end up getting more Battalion Wars, dude, the more I play Halo Infinite, the more I'm like, dude, this game feels like what Battalion Wars 3 could be, and I'm here for it. So please, Nintendo, if you're listening, I will rip however many shirts you want me to, bro. Just let me know. Time and place, we'll be there. Make an event out of it, bro. Battalion Wars 3 ripping shirt contest. Let's go. I'm here for it.
I'm surprised Arceus isn't your most anticipated game, Blake.
It's a Pokemon game.
Dang.
Ooh.
That's what we got. That's what we
Need
got.
I say anything? I haven't even
Jesus.
finished the last one.
Jesus.
I'm struggling to get to that game. I do not care.
Like how Shadow, for context of the chat, Shadow asked us, like, and you guys finished the Gen 4 remix yet? And we're all like,
Hell no.
But I'm at the last gym. I just haven't progressed.
Anybody else's most anticipated games or game?
Azure Striker Gunvolt 3 and Luminous Avenger 2.
All right.
Those are peak 2D action for me. Like, when it comes to just platformers, those games do it right. Fast, frantic, fun. That's that shit I need. Like, if you like the Mega Man Zero games, Mega Man ZX, or just Mega Man in general, but Capcom's not giving you that, go play the Gunvolt and Luminous Avenger games. You cannot go wrong.
All right. Riku, you got?
At number 3.
Oh my God! There we go.
I won't be talking about them. I'm just gonna name them, okay? Jeez.
Yeah, I'm about to say, it'll take 2 hours here, man.
I'm gonna take 2.5 hours for that. No. Okay, so number 3 we have Horizon Forbidden West. Game looks great. Number 2 we have God of War Ragnarok. It looks great. And at number 1, I'm a Souls fan.
Sony game.
Is God of War
Elden
coming out next year?
You Sony pony.
No.
Goddamn so.
Hey.
You
Calm down.
Sony pony.
It doesn't change the fact that these games look great, okay? Point is, number 1 is Elden Ring, baby. Multi-platform, all right? So, there.
Which you're going to play on what?
On that PlayStation 5, baby boy!
Lord, look at this man.
You had people on here jacking off perfect 30 frames per second. I don't want to hear it.
Who would do such a thing? Perfect 30 frames per second. That's just
Yeah, freaking weirdos.
I know, right?
People
Oh my
with
God.
people with special copies of SMT5.
Oh my goodness. Hey, that's at 60 FPS, sir. What about you, Q?
I'm with Bao on the triangle strategy.
New Atelier game? Atelier Sophie 2?
I was about to say that.
Let's go.
Chill, man. Chill, fam. Chill.
Yeah,
Relax,
People have
guys.
to be excited
Relax.
to get like half a trophy in that game.
Relax, guys.
Not half
Hey,
a trophy.
chill. So I don't play for the trophies. I play for the waifus. So anyway,
We can tell you don't play for trophies.
So Q, I'm gonna ask you just for your special category here. Who is waifu of the year?
Oh, you know what? I can't say that because I want to make a video on it. So unfortunately,
my God.
I will.
Yeah, make a video.
I'll be holding it. I'll be
Beat you
holding
to
that
that, bro.
one.
It's like
I'm gonna hold that one. I'm gonna make a wife of the year video, and you guys can come check
Wait,
it out on my
wait,
channel.
don't you be about know somebody who did that already?
Did someone actually do that? A wife of the year?
I don't know if he actually made the video already. I know he was making it.
Oh yeah, he is.
You guys can just send me a link to this guy. Sounds like someone of culture. Okay, so Triangle Strategies is on my list, and of course Atelier Sophie is on the list as well. I think a game that I'm looking forward. I shouldn't say looking forward to, but I'm curious how it's gonna turn out is Monarch. But I'm not sure how that's gonna turn out. I'm just kind of like interested to see how it turns out. To be honest, I'm not really like. I wouldn't say that I'm looking forward to it. I would say I'm interested to see how it's gonna turn out on the Switch. So yeah, not a lot. I mean, obviously, I'm looking forward to playing. Well, I should say my missus is looking forward to go to Ragnarok. So when that comes out, we'll probably
Woman of
pick
Taste.
that up. Sorry?
A woman of taste.
Yeah, we need to get a PS5 first, though. Those shit is hard. They're hard to get, man. Like, if anyone knows how to get me a PS5 in the UK, shoot your boy up. I need a PS5. The missus
You lost me
needs
at
to
in
go
the
to war.
UK.
Well, here's the thing. If you're getting a PS5 in the US and can get it sent here, we'll figure it out somehow.
Bro, that shit would get robbed on the plane. The whole plane would get stolen.
Lord have mercy.
We'd be we'd be like, she'd be like, oh, cute. I heard they're coming. They're gonna be Argos is gonna have some, or Game is gonna have some later today, or Amazon's gonna have some later today. I'm like, okay, cool. And as soon as you hear like they have it, we log on, it's gone, sold out. That's it. Peace. So yeah, we haven't been able to get our hands on any, and the only ones you see available are the ones on the used market, which people are trying to charge you like 3 times the price for. Can't do that. I'm not encouraging scalpers. Let's put it that way. I don't care how much I want it. I will not pay a scalper.
As you shouldn't.
Rico, didn't you get yours from a scalper?
I got mine from a scalper, but I didn't pay a scalped price.
I mean, you still got it from a scalper. You still got it from a scalper, bro. I'm sorry.
No, but I didn't pay a scalped price, meaning he did not benefit off of it. He did not. Just because you know a scalper. Just because you know us, if I didn't pay a scalped price,
he had to have his new Sony device.
So is Sony Pony like he didn't support Sony? Like how dare you?
What do you mean? They got my money through him.
No. They got
Sony
his money.
agents
They didn't
are
get your
on
money.
their way,
money.
Riku.
What do you
Tony didn't
mean?
get shit.
You're acting like I got it for free. I paid for it, motherfucker.
Was he your like?
And he didn't make a profit off of me.
They are on their
Was
way to
he your,
your
like,
house
your
with a
Skype
mallet to
homie?
smash your PS5.
Is this scalper your homie?
Y'all are just a whole bunch of last gen haters. All right, that's what it is. Fuck off.
We're on PCs that are stronger than your little
Last
PS5.
gen haters. Okay, that's all I hear. La 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 la. I don't want to hear.
Is this scalper your homie? That's all I want to know.
Yes.
Oh, look at you.
Why are you homies with a scalper?
Oh man!
Voted from him for being
No,
a
I
scalper.
already told him I don't agree with his practices, but
But you got
Bro, my guy, bro, that's like a pastor making a deal with a Satanist and saying, "I don't applaud of your methods."
We'll give you some of that Satan crack you got going on.
Exactly, bro. What is this?
blah blah blah. I don't want to hear it. Yeah, I didn't pay a scalped prices. You guys have nothing on me.
okay. All right.
Right here first, Rico said one's got the hookups.
All right.
That's what I said. He lost me at UK. If he didn't, I probably would be able to hook you up.
Oh, really? Your scalper homie still has some.
Oh, he always has one. Literally every time you hear about them getting one ready, he usually has like one or two. He usually gets one or two of them.
I mean, scalpers don't really have a lot of friends or something, I would assume, because people probably punch them a lot. So I'm assuming he probably knows like a scalper homie in the UK. You should ask him. He might know.
I'll
Fucking dark
run a
market.
Oh my god.
Q really
Bro,
I need
the location.
But do
I
it.
need the location of every known scalper for purposes. Don't worry about why. Just know your boy need that.
All right, guys. I think that's a podcast.
But wait, Sonic movie 2.
Oh yeah. Sonic movie 2. Yeah.
Let me just whip out my Sonic.
Oh lord.
Also,
His hedgehog cock. He's gonna drop it on the table.
What is that?
Did Shadow tell us his?
It's
His
everything.
number
Right?
one.
Most anticipated year. The year
Oh.
most anticipated game.
Oh yeah. Damn it. I don't want to say Triangle Strategy because that's a stupid name.
Oh
As
my
you should.
god.
I want to say, I don't know if it's coming out next year, but the Dragon Quest 3 remake, I would love for that game.
Oh yeah.
Yo, whatever
I really
happened to
looking
Dragon
forward
Quest
that.
12?
Yeah,
But they straight up said you weren't going to hear anything for a while.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, but the 3 remake, that's what I want to see. I definitely want to see that one. I don't think I really have anything else. I'll say Grand Blues Fantasy Relink.
Is that coming out next year?
I'm kind of like that. That's the only reason. Like, I want the game out already. Like that's it. I just want it out. I just want it out so I can play it. And then like we can like this is one of the games that we've seen so much gameplay for it, and it's still like, not out yet, which is just it's weird. It's really weird to me. What else? I think that's about it. Like I don't think there's really all that much. Like nothing that's really confirmed. I would love to get news on Final Fantasy Remake Part 2. Not
Final
even
Fantasy 16.
No man.
Yeah, I'll say it weren't.
And Stranger of Paradise.
Final Fantasy
Stranger of
16.
Paradise. I'm looking for it. That's in my top 5.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. Yeah, no, I want to see that more of that game too. See if it'll be good. I'm not sure.
What, Stranger of Paradise?
Yeah, it look like
I
it's
would
gonna.
say if you're not a Neo fan, leave it alone.
Okay,
Is
all
that
right,
demo
fair
even
enough.
still out? Was that time?
Huh?
The
Like
demo?
the demo? Like, is this
Oh,
still
no,
available,
demo.
or was that like a time? Okay.
That one was a time thing. I think that game comes out like March, which is I really do feel like they are shooting themselves in the foot coming out that close to Elden Ring.
Yeah. I think the only game that I'm really looking forward to, I guess, is Triangle Strategy. I guess that's the only one.
Triangle Strategy, pinnacle name, pinnacle console.
Oh my god, I would.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say Star Ocean Divine Force because that's like a coin flip of whether it's gonna be good or trash. There's no in between.
This better be the Star Ocean game.
Yeah,
I think the odds of that being trash is very high.
yeah, exactly.
God damn it.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, but I think that's it really. Triangle Strategy. That's the only one.
So about Sonic the Hedgehog movie 2. So
my goodness.
let me tell you how the first Sonic movie. Yeah, y'all remember that time when we were all like, "Oh my gosh, this movie it looks so bad." I was there too. I was like, "Ew, he looks gross. Why is he got nailed? Why does he look like he had sex with a werehog and his teeth are all like,
Lord.
ew, it's gross." But then they fixed him. Okay, so Sonic movie 1, Sonic movie 1 here. That was the introduction. Everyone's like, "Okay, that's pretty okay." End credit scene with Tails. Spoilers. If you haven't seen it already, get fucked. Go see it.
So we'll be watching that tomorrow.
Now, exactly, we're watching it over in the West Town HD Discord. I will post links in Shadows Chat if Shadows Chat lets me. But as well, so Sonic Movie 2 is basically doubling down now on the Sonic lore. We got the live action stuff we introduced, but now we are doubling down on the Sonic lore. Robotnik is back from Mushroom Hill Zone. He's brought with him the sexy echidna himself, Idris Elba. Knuckles the
And the
echidna.
Master Emerald.
And he's got the Master Emerald. People were like, "Oh, it's
Does it
just
look
a
kinda small
Chaos
for
Emerald." What's that?
Yeah. Does it look small for the Master Emerald?
No,
keep
the
in
Master
mind,
Emerald.
remember
has
in
an
Adventure
inconsistent size.
in Adventure 2, it was confirmed that the wielder can, like, Knuckles can shrink it and enlarge it whenever he wants to, because in Adventure 1 it's huge, Adventure 2 it's small, and then in the racing games he can actually ride on it for his special. So
Like,
Master
there's
Emerald
a
has
scene-
it.
There's
I
a
don't
scene in
remember it
Sonic
being
X
small in-
where that shit's like 3 times his size.
I don't remember it being small in Sonic Adventure 2 because I
There's
remember
a
when he was
scene-
flying away. I remember when he was flying away when Eggman was flying away with it, and he was there with Rouge. And
Oh no! That
Yeah, you see,
scene
okay.
was big, but near the
Yeah.
end, when they're in the Space Colony arc, he pulls it out of his pocket and it's like the size of his hand.
Yeah, like he was talking to Rouge
might have to link me
before
that.
the boss
I
fight,
don't-
and he just
Yeah,
pulls it out
link
of
me
his
that.
pocket. And I thought he had a Chaos Emerald on him. I'm like, wait, no, you don't have that.
Yeah,
Why
we can
is
link me that.
Master Emerald baby size?
And also another key detail in the trailer pointing as well. Well, I mean, they already confirmed in an article that it is the Master Emerald. They already have confirmed that. But there's like 2 seconds where you can see the shrine to the Master Emerald. It's like surrounded by like water and stuff, and it's the actual temple, and you can see the energy coming out of it. That is the Master Emerald Temple. So this movie's looking really, really good. They brought back Colleen as Tails' voice actress. So it is fantastic. It is just so surreal to hear Tails' voice coming out of this Tails. As a Sonic fan, I'm looking so forward to this because they are basically rebooting the Sonic timeline using the cinematic movies. Because Sonic's back to being like younger, he's a bit more mature. He's back to being like a kid. Tails is back to not being a bitch. Knuckles is actually threatening. It's
and
like,
he's gullible again.
Exactly. He's gullible again.
He's not
So it's
some slow,
we're-
stupid Riku.
No, Riku. I know exactly what you're about to say. No, you can't say that. No, you can't say that word.
Sorry, I can't say the R word.
You can't say the R word. But yeah, it's looking like they're basically restarting the Sonic timeline, and I'm like re-experiencing all the same emotions for this movie that I did for Sonic playing Sonic 1, 2, and 3. It's so good. It's so good. Predictions, I think the end credits scene, I don't know if they'll do Shadow, because if they do Shadow, they skip Metal Sonic and they skip Perfect Chaos. And if they put Metal Sonic, Perfect Chaos, and Shadow the Hedgehog in one movie, we're going to get a Spider-Man 3. People are going to hate it. I would love it. But
I'm gonna be real though, like them gun troopers, Blake. It could happen.
no.
I think 3 is too. I think 3 is too much. 2 might be fine. So, I think in the next movie, I would prefer it. They introduce Amy and Metal Sonic.
Yeah, I can see that, because I think Metal Sonic, after Knuckles betrays Eggman, because Eggman betrays Knuckles. Spoilers, that's just going to happen. Everyone knows that. I think his next move is probably going to be like process of elimination, going to be to try and make his own Sonic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then Metal Sonic will be a reoccurring character throughout however many more movies they have.
Like I said, I think 3 is too much. I agree with people. I think 1 may be just not enough by the time you reach to the third movie. So 2 seems to be the sweet spot, but not make the next character a villain, which is why I said Amy, because at that point in the regular story, that's when she would start to come into the story as well.
See, you guys have all your little lore theories and all that, but what if by the end of this movie, there's an end credit scene, and then you see a bunch of portals, and it's a Sinister whatever from the newer Sonic games?
Please, no.
The Sinister Six?
No.
Yes.
No, please, no. Let that shit
what about-
die in
Oh
Lost
my
World.
god.
Well, let me tell you how I'm broadcasting your IP address to the world right now.
Oh my god.
No, fuck Zavik. I'm mad that Sega keeps trying to push this character and pretend that that's what people want.
So now let me actually tell you about why they won't do that. Okay, right now they're clearly trying to milk nostalgia from the older fans, and it is very clear. It is very clear. No one has nostalgia for Zavik unless you were
Kids who
born.
were 10 years old back then are now 20.
Yeah.
Kids who are
And
10
you know-
years old right now, they're retards.
Battlefield, shut your ass up. These kids don't matter. Say the
Also, Sega can keep making the games trash because the games will keep selling. However, they already know they were on thin ice with the Sonic movies as a whole. And honestly, I feel like Sega high-key is making... If you look at like the amount of revenue that Sonic Movie 1 made in comparison to the revenue the games make, I think Sega is high-key shifting away from games, and they might actually make Sonic like the games a back burner when they like try and make more Sonic like TV shows, more Sonic comics, more Sonic everything that's not a video game.
I really need to get back into the IDW comics, man.
I've heard they're really good. Yeah. We got a super chat though from Kaniku saying Zavok in the comics is decent. That's all. Oh, now he's in the comics. Riku, no, nothing is sacred. Nothing is
I'll
sacred.
put
Like I
him
said,
in
I
the
heard
movie.
I heard the comics make everything at
Better.
the very best decent. Like I heard nothing in the I haven't heard anyone in the comics use the word bad for literally anything inside there. So
Well,
I want to go
it's
read
fine.
it and find out.
it's fine because
They can make
tomorrow,
Zavok decent, then I'm here for it.
because tomorrow night we'll be watching it in the Discord server. Bao's gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. Bao's gonna be there. Sosuke's gonna be there. Bao's gonna be there. It's gonna be great, guys.
Val, if you kidnap him, it's only fair he gets to kidnap you. That's mutual kidnappers agreement, man.
Huh?
Respect the deal.
Damn.
Is yeah.
I'm going to be busy.
He's gonna be busy watching the movie.
You can't tell a kidnapper that.
Also, real quick before we wrap this up, does anybody think this SST5 gameplay that I got up, Lamu is a sperm?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, just making sure. I'll just make sure.
Ice cream demon.
Okay.
Big nut.
Ask Riku. Riku knows a lot about sperm.
All right, guys. That's
Did
the
he just break
podcast.
his sperm tentacles? Whatever. Continue.
All right, guys. That's the podcast. We're gonna go with the outros here. Go ahead, Riku.
Riku-san one, the only one. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to the final episode of the HPMP podcast. I hope we entertained you guys for this year. Hope you liked the batch of episodes we had, and everybody have a good rest of the year.
All right. Bao.
Thank you all for sticking with us, not only tonight, but the previous year. Hopefully 2022 is a great year for all of us and for gaming as a whole. Not much else to say. Still working on that SMT5 review, taking my time with it. Although, honestly, just writing something negative makes me lose motivation. So, it's coming, but it's coming at a snail's pace. So, thank you for your continued patience.
All right.
So where's that Tales of Arise video?
Who, me?
Huh?
Yeah.
Bao?
You mean
No, actually,
my Arise video?
Oh,
Sorry,
okay.
dude.
No, he was talking about speaking of things that are dragged to right.
Yeah, about that. See, the thing about it is,
What
think about
life is-
thing about it is like I really feel like I gotta play the game again. I'm making some pretty heavy accusations against the game, and I want to
Really?
I want to make sure that I'm at least 90% covered.
All right. You watch
Alex.
CYA.
Stay tuned, everybody.
Q.
Yeah, your husband of dreams here. Thank you for being here this year. You guys have been pretty chill, coming out here, reminding me about all the games that I've finished, and to continue finishing them, for all these amazing waifus and all that kind of stuff, quality thickness and all that kind of good stuff. Don't worry, we'll be here for the quality thickness in 2022. I've seen you, Atelier Sophie, looking quality and thick, all that goodness. So yeah, pretty much yeah. Me and my wife have got some plans, for this year as well. So you guys keep an eye out for that. There may be some changes on my channels. 50-50. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. I'm gonna have my post podcast cereal now. I'm already prepping for it right now. My tongue is all salivating.
Lord? We don't need to know about your tongue.
Yeah.
All right. Sosuke?
It has been a lovely year being on this podcast. Really great to be here. Whether we shoot the breeze, things get heated, or Acebreaker decides he wants to get shot by the entire Falcom Fire Squad for no reason other than he's a masochist. This is always a good time to be here on the podcast. And I look forward to next year. We might have guests next year. Shadow can, I don't know, if Shadow could just ask somebody if this rug smells like chloroform and they wake up at their computer. Who knows?
Sosuke, you're our guest.
I don't know what you're talking about. Q right there.
Ouch!
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. Q right there.
You might be right. Okay. I'm not gonna say I can either confirm or deny Blake's statement. But
Crazy. There are people here who actually like me, and you keep the faker. You keep this waifu charlatan out here.
Okay, all right, okay, hold up.
You keep
Hold
the
up,
princess.
time out. We got a super chat. Time out. We got a super chat from Ace. Saying, all right, lads, it's been a good year. Can't wait for the podcast to return to next year. Hope all of you have a nice holiday. P.S. Let me get that unblock Riku winky emoji. I gave you a winky emoji, Riku. He got those
and I respond in the text chat with him. You might as well just change your name to Ace Blocker because you ain't getting off of block anymore.
Ace blocked.
Ace blocker.
You hate to see it. Oh, man.
And in the year, with a proper hate to see it. Quality.
Like I said, you keep the waifu charlatan around, but won't keep the waifu god.
The husbando of dreams.
Like I said, 6'6",
of
6'6", and will fold you in fighting games. But it'll keep that man around. I don't do that.
All right. We got another super chat real quick from Sebastian saying, "Hope to see more of Bao." Hope to see more of Bao and proving Riku is wrong. Huh?
Oh wow.
Those are two things that are sometimes mutually exclusive, sometimes not. I'm sure you'll see more of it next year, though.
Damn. Riku,
Sebastian, you better watch your fucking mouth. Thank you for the donation.
Jesus. Oh my goodness. And who did we get to? Blake.
Yes, there's another super chat. Okay, you guys need to stop giving Shadow money. By the way, Cold Steel 2 is better than 3. Good night, Riku. I agree, Sebastian. Anyway,
I think Blake is probably the only one here that agrees with you.
I don't think so. No.
See, I haven't finished Cold Steel 4 yet, but I think I'm already gonna put 4 above 3.
3 is peak Cold Steel.
I'll see. 3 is a lot like 1, and 1 to me is bottom of the Trails of Cold Steel.
Oh Lord!
Would you say it's due to the fact that it basically feels like it's starting something?
So let me put it this way. Like I was saying earlier, in Trails of Cold Steel 1 and 3, you're doing the whole like high school thing and like the classes and like it's a bit more spread out, it's a bit more development people. Okay, cool, sure. Cold Steel 2 and Cold Steel 4, from what I'm seeing, are just action, and you don't have to worry about like the slice of life bullshit half the time. So I'd prefer those.
Why are you playing this series?
I mean, to be fair, Cold Steel is the only one that does that in this series. Like, you're not even going to be doing that in Kudo or Hajimari. But my point is, Blake is the only one on the panel that agrees that 2 is better than 3. I don't agree with that.
I love Cold Steel 2. It was great.
Oh my god!
Especially the
so
mech
do
fight.
It's my favorite.
And also, Cold Cold Steel freaking 4, freaking botched mech fight. Anyway, I'm just gonna do my outro and leave. This has been your boy, Westtown HD Heavy Dick. It's been great.
Why you say it like that?
As always, big thank you to everyone for coming out, guys. Peep the Twitch, peep the YouTube, peep the Twitter. Y'all already know the vibes. It's been great. I'm looking forward to many, many more podcasts to come. It has been it's been a blast. And I'm looking forward to talking to each and every one of you more in the future. Until next time, guys, this has been Westtown Heavy Dick. I'll see you guys in the next podcast.
That is not your new name.
Deuces.
No.
We're not accepting that.
No, never. Not on your damn life.
Wow. Jesus.
your boy.
All right, guys. That's the last episode for the year. We will see you in 2022. Hopefully, as the streets are saying, it was a dry year for gaming. I would disagree with that, but hey, I think this year is going to be looked at as a dry year ultimately. But yeah, we hope we'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace out, people.
Laters.
Later.
Let's see. Oh, and people in the chat, play nice in my Discord. Some of y'all be going at it like going at it and like be at war with each other. Relax.
Is it Ace? I feel like Ace is always on a cross no matter which Discord he's in.
Oh no.
He's an agent of chaos. Is that what you're saying?
Oh no. I'm here to kill chaos.
No, man. All right.
There's some dude in your Discord who said Max ruined the Trail series, and I was about to kick him.
Max ruined the
Wait,
trail.
what'd he say?
What?
Max ruined the Trail series.
Mechs are in the Trail series?
He said
Max
ruined.
ruined.
What the fuck?
Ruined.
Mechs have been in the Trails since Trails in the Sky first chapter final boss.
Spoilers.
Hold up. Whoa.
Anyways.
This man Sebastian said Emma is E tier. Motherfuck. Who the